look, I'm breaking it out. My sister got this for me. If I can figure out how to put it on, it's my new Chiefs hoodie. I'm breaking it out. Bringing out the good juju. Bringing out the good year. Folks, Funk's already coming in strong. Funk is already coming in strong. My new Chiefs hoodie. I don't even know why I need. I brought coffee here with me. I don't even know why. I really don't need it. All right, we got Chiefs. We got Bengals. Playoffs are on the line here, and the playoffs are on the line for both teams. If the Bengals lose, they are out. They are eliminated from playoff contention with a loss. The Chiefs can lose this game and actually still win the West if the Broncos lose. So win or lose, the Chiefs are in. The only real difference is that there's really all there is that there's just a difference between the 3 seed and the 4 seed. It may not sound like it's that big of a deal, and I apologize. I'm going to get in trouble here. They don't let me mute this here. So I apologize here. There it is. Okay. Unfortunately, I can't have you listen in because if I have you listen in, it's an infraction here. So R. Nichols says, "Go yes, Funk." God, there's so much I want to go over on this game. So much I want to go over. Lamar Jackson by MVP. I said that on my video a couple weeks ago when I predicted they would beat the 49ers, and I said he's going to be MVP. Yes. Funk, I'm going to touch base on all your comments. I want you to know that right now. Thanks very much for joining here because I was running a little late. I am playing through the pain. I messed up my toe really bad, and we have kickoff here. On my right foot, my big toe was bent backwards. It's literally twice the size as my big toe on the left foot, but I am playing through the pain. I can barely walk. That whole turf toe thing, I've never understood it. I don't know what it is. I bent my toe the wrong. It's literally swollen like twice the size of my other big toe. I can barely walk. I think I could put on shoes, but it's swollen up like a motherfucker. So I'm going to touch base on all your comments here. The Bengals are going to get the ball first here. They are in the all-white except for the helmets. They're not going with their all-white uniform. Browning's going to play action pass, and he overthrows the tight end there, and it's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Bengals. And, again, turf toe. Dude, I'm serious. My toe on my right foot is literally twice the size as my big toe, as the size on my other toe. It's huge. It is freaking huge. I really can barely walk. I'm like, I can barely walk right now. But yes. Yeah. Thanks. It's going to be a handoff here, and Joe Mixon goes around the left side. He's going to be stopped for a loss of 2. Bolton and Tranquil on the tackle there. Hey, Dan. Hey, Funk. How are you today? You know I'm good. My big toe is swollen up almost the size of a baseball, but yeah, I'm good, Perry. Just annoyed. A big part of my fan base. By the way, Funk, we're going to talk a lot about that in between because I have some takes that you are going to like. I have some takes that you are not going to like. We got robbery by the refs. All that ref crew should be fired. And by the way, I believe that's the same ref crew who didn't call offsides on Kadarius Toney. So Chiefs fans have their own opinion on that. Joe, it's 3rd and 8 here. Browning back to pass. He's going to scramble. He's going to take a shot by Mike Edwards, but he is going to get enough for the first down. Kudos to Browning for not sliding and taking the big hit to get the first down. It was a big 3rd down. It was 3rd and 8 here, and the Chiefs defense has been playing really good, but Browning took a shot, and and you do not want to see Browning go out. He's been playing really good for the Bengals. Of course, he's no He's no Joe Burrow, but he's been playing really well. Again, a loss today eliminates the Bengals and guarantees the Chiefs win. The Chiefs, if the Broncos lost, even if they lose today, still win the West. But with Jacksonville winning, there is a possibility the Chiefs could be knocked down to a 4 seed instead of locked into the 3. So we got 2nd and 6 coming up here. And I tuned in. I got here a little late, so again, I apologize. But I didn't have a chance to go over this. But what the Bengals want to do is the same thing they've been doing with Browning here. Browning's going to line up at the line of scrimmage here. He's got looks like it's a T. Higgins at the bottom of the screen here. They're going to go 2 running back formation, handoff to Joe Mixon. He's going to be stopped, but after he gets 5, it's going to be 3rd and 1 here. For the Bengals. And what the Bengals want to do, it's a short rhythm passing game. They have a good defense. Forget the stats. The defense is really good. They got to win the turnover battle. And what they want to do is just keep things close. Just keep things close. They don't want to make mistakes. They want to eat up a lot of clock and try to keep this game close into the 4th quarter here. On 3rd and 1, Bengals going to power right up the middle and get a gain of 2. They're going to get a first down here. So the Bengals are doing exactly what they wanted to do early on. And all they want to do is just keep the clock ticking. Tick, 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 tick. That's all they want to do. Just keep the clock ticking. That's all they want to do. It's going to be slow and steady. That is the key to the key to the game here. I'm live on. I still having issues with Facebook, but I am here on Instagram Live, Twitter, and of course on YouTube. Swing pass out to Brown. He's going to go out. He's going to be pushed out by Willie Gay, but not until he gets a gain of 5 here. So. Allen is the ref that didn't call the PI in the Green Bay Kansas City game. He also didn't throw a flag when Fields got destroyed against Cleveland. I just hope they don't get any playoff games. We're going to find out. Leo J, 747, Bills fan in the house. Congratulations on your win over the New England Patriots. You gave up the kickoff return for a touchdown. That was pretty much all Bills. Great job, Leo. Welcome, brother. 2nd and 6 here. Browning's back to pass. He's going to scramble. He's out to the 50, 45. He's got a first down. Slides at the 41. I am okay, a little mad. I can't find a good on a TV. Can't find a good TV. We don't. I didn't get a chance to watch the game. It's actually funny. I was trying to flip back and forth between Tampa Bay and the Saints and Miami and Baltimore, but once it got to be a blowout, there wasn't really much I needed to see once the game got out of control. So I really wanted to watch Saints and Tampa. I've been saying for a while I got the Saints winning the division, but all the tiebreakers will come into play tomorrow. I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe Tampa, if they win, they're in tomorrow or next week. They're going to play Carolina, where the Saints will have to play the Falcons. And the Falcons with a loss are eliminated. I don't know why I'm drinking coffee. I'm wearing a hoodie and I'm jacked up. 2nd and 5 for the Bengals here as we are under 550 or 950 in the first quarter here. They're going to run motion here, play action pass here. It's going to be a screen to Mixon. Mixon goes out 35, 30, 25, cuts back inside. Down at the 21, there is a flag on the play. We're going to see what this penalty is. Hey, Perry, I'll give you be careful. Try it out and everything. Try pawn shops. You would be surprised. Try pawn shops. You may not get the top of the line latest model, but you may get something really nice. Check out pawn shops depending on where you're located. It's going to be a legal man down field. It's going to be a legal man down field and a penalty. Oh my God. Am I getting raided by Grossi? I don't believe this. Grossi. Oh my God. I got Tom Grossi. Oh my God. I raided by Tom Grossi. By the way, I like the Hutchinson here. I gotcha. Dude, they did this a couple weeks ago. I can't believe it. I can't believe Tom Grossi would send out. It's an awesome channel. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not near on Grassi's level. I mean, I would love to someday. I think I'm a little too uptight to be like on Grassi's level because I'm not for everybody. But I mean, oh God, I'm so honored here. Hello from a Caroline Slack. I love the picture, Caroline. Thank you so much. Hey, it's a key third down here. HBTC. How about those Chiefs? Yes. I'm a big fan of his. It's actually funny. He puts his address in the description, and we grew up in the same neighborhood. I used to deliver pizzas, showing my age. I delivered pizzas pre-GPS, so I know exactly. He lives like 1 mile from my dad. So yeah, that's awesome. Carly, how is going? Fantastic. Oh my God, it's my boy Chad yelling, yes, 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 yes. And the Bengals are now inside thanks to a nice throw and catch from Brown and the T. Higgins. They are inside the red zone already. That's not bad, man. I mean, that's not bad. I don't know what U68K means, though. Those TVs are better than mine. 1st and 10 on the 20 here for the Bengals. Here as we are going under 8 minutes in the first quarter, and this is exactly what you want to do if you're the Bengals. You want to shorten this game, win the turnover battle, and just limit the opportunities by Mahomes. So you want to eat up a lot of clock. When the Chiefs get into the red zone, you want to do what the Raiders did, force them into field goals or 3 and outs. So the Bengals are the NFL's worst rushing team, but they're doing pretty good so far. 2nd and 10 here for the Bengals is they're going to snap the ball with about 7:10 left in the first. We're tied up at 0. A little quick pass here deflected by Montague as they were trying to get Jamar Chase, who missed last week's game. They're trying to get him into open space, trying to create something here. Keep in mind, yes, they would love to get touchdowns, but just getting points and eating up 8 minutes in the first quarter is a huge win for the Cincinnati Bengals. From the home of Centerfire Shooting Sports, it's Centerfire, huh? Wrong side here. Yeah, I love Centerfire. I haven't been there in way too long. Hatters House 710, go Lions. NFL didn't want the Lions as the 2 seed. Well, tell the Arizona Cardinals that. They're helping. At 3rd and 10 here, it's going to be a quick pass to Irvin for a gain of 5. 5 is not 10, so it's going to be 4th down. I'm assuming that we're going to see the Bengals field goal unit come on here, and that's what we're going to see. Now, it may not sound like it's a big deal, but listen, you ate up almost 8.5 minutes of the first quarter. If you walk away with 3, that's a huge win. You want to limit the opportunities for Patrick Mahomes in this offense. You really want to limit the opportunities for Patrick Mahomes in this offense. But Hatters House 710, Funk has a lot of comments I'm going to go over. The Bengals kick is up and good. It's 3-0, 6:22 left in the first quarter here, and Bengals strike first blood. We got the bad guys 3, good guys 0. As we go to commercial break here. Perry, look for a TCL. I got a few of them, 32-inch in each of the kids' room, 55 in the game. Picture's fine as long. They aren't as nice as my Samsung, but the 55 only cost me $450. Man, you got some great tips here, man. You got some fantastic tips here. So I really like that you guys are helping out. That's part of the whole community here. I am going to pull up DraftKings, but if you guys use a betting service that's other than DraftKings, I just pull up DraftKings because I like the way it's set up. It's quick and easy because I'm going to give you updates on the other scores around the league. Pittsburgh strikes first in Seattle. They are up 7-0, 124 left in the first. Chargers and Broncos are tied up at 0. Unfortunately, the Denver Broncos. Actually, I lied to you. Here's the deal with the way it works out with the Denver Broncos is they need a lot of things to happen. They're 7-8, So they're not eliminated yet. They're not eliminated yet, but a loss would eliminate them. At 7-8, I think they're pretty much out to begin with, but they have a slim possibility. Cincinnati with a loss today is out. I heard that Allen got injured. Keenan Allen, I actually didn't think he was playing. I didn't think he was playing today. He's been really banged up. He's been really banged up. So I actually didn't know he was playing. I got TCL now. I hate the Roku interference. I'm a Google guy. I have an old school Sony in my living room. I have a Vizio and I bought a cheap 42. I think it's 42 in the bedroom. A Vizio. It's actually not been bad. It has this weird issue. If I'm not locked into I usually watch it through my Xbox because I got to watch TV to sleep. If I just watch the TV, every once in a blue moon, it'll flicker on and off. Like it's a transistor that's bad, but it's been solid. So, yeah. Yeah. I actually, to tell you the truth, when I splurge and get a good set, I'm getting an Apple TV. I love the Apple products. I actually wish I had more Apple products on the channel. As I will get bigger and upgrade, it will be more Apple products. So, yeah, just dislike Roku. I get it. Chiefs are getting ready to receive the kickoff here. It'll be the first time you can see Chiefs will get the ball here. If you're curious about the weather, it is slightly below freezing. It'll be 30s by later in the game. It'll probably get in high 20s. It's a little windy, but I'm not gonna lie to you. For a New Year's Eve in Kansas City, it's wonderful. It's a little chilly, but I mean New Year's Eve in this area, you know, low 30s, high 20s, a little bit of wind. I'm good. I am good. I think last year at this time it was like -5 or something. The Bengals are going to go ahead and kick here. Richie James is going to let this go into the end zone. So with 6:21 left in the first, the Chiefs will take over down by 3. 3 straight home losses the Chiefs are trying to fix. 2 straight regular season losses. Again, with a win, they clinched the West. Not only they clinched the West with the win, they clinched the West. They also clinched the 3 seed. It's going to be Isaiah Pacheco. He's going to run right up the middle, powers forward for a gain of 9. He missed last week with he had a concussion. That was a friendly fire as he banged his head on Trey Smith's knee. Not something anybody would want to do. Got hurt and had to leave the game. He's also had a shoulder injury he's dealing with, but he's okay there. Gain of 9 on first down. Be 1st and 9 here for the 34-yard line. Patrick Mahomes back to pass here. A little quick throw out to Noah Gray. He's going to get a gain of 3 and a Kansas City Chiefs first down. For those of you not familiar with the Kansas City Chiefs, their backup tight end is Noah Gray. Was a high school quarterback. One thing Kansas City Chiefs love is guys that used to play quarterback, played a receiver, put on a little too much weight at Duke. Now he came out as a tight end, former 5th-round pick, a guy I really, really like. I'd like to see him more involved in this offense. First reception of the game goes to Noah Gray here. 1st and 10 for the Chiefs here. Play action pass here. They're going to get Rashee Rice, rookie out of SMU. He squirts forward. He's got room to run. Gets a gain of 15 and a first down. Goes out of bounds at the Cincinnati Bengals 45-yard line. Rashee Rice, 2nd-round pick out SMU. Absolutely love this guy. He's had some drops like a lot of the Chiefs receivers. He's a raw guy. Played in essentially like a run and shoot type of offense. And in college, so he's kind of learning this very complex system. But when he gets the ball in his hands, he's like a running back. He's a bigger receiver. He's about 6 foot, 210, 215. Lots of talent. Checo right up the middle. Goes outside. He's to 30. He's to 25. He's to 20, 15. Goes out of bounds at the 11-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 11. Not quite inside the red zone. So the Chiefs can get a first down without scoring a touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco just missed most of last week's game here. Really good job blocking by the Chiefs offensive line here. And Isaiah Pacheco, he's going to get credit for the big run, but he's going to get credit for the big run, but I mean, that offensive line did a fantastic job opening up a hole. They're going to call it actually 1st and goal. Chiefs get a really good spot at the 10-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and goal at the 10. Mahomes in shotgun formation. Justin Ross and Justin Watson at the bottom here. Rice at the top here. Patrick Mahomes going to scramble around. He's got pressure. He looks like he may run. No, he's got pump fakes and walks out of bounds around at the 9-yard line. Gets up maybe a half a yard here. We'll see where it is spotted, but it looks like it's going to be maybe a gain of a half yard here. And it looks like I think what the Chiefs are trying to do there is try to force the ball to Kelsey, and Lou Amaruno, the defensive coordinator, did not want to do that. Lions fan is definitely pissed. Yeah, they should be. I'm going to go over that in some detail. Funk had some really great comments here. 2nd and goal. They're going to keep it at the 10-yard line here. Mahomes under center. It's going to be a pitch out to Pacheco here. He's going to try to get to the outside. He's all not big hit by Pacheco. I believe that's Miles Murphy, first-round pick out of Clemson. The guy I had a major man crush on. He just slid all the way down to 27. And Miles Murphy's a dude who I apologize. It wasn't Miles Murphy. That was Owizie, the corner there, him and Jordan Battle, a 3rd-round pick out of Alabama, a couple rookies there. 3rd down here for the Kansas City Chiefs. Mahomes in shotgun formation. Pacheco moves to the bottom of the screen here, trips to the bottom here. Mahomes back to pass here, throws it in the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City! Touchdown, Isaiah Pacheco! Allen, yes, because I'm streaming on YouTube, I'm about 10 to 15 seconds behind. Touchdown, Kansas City. Leo asks who's winning without any bias, in your opinion. Between Chiefs and Bengals, I do like the Chiefs, and the reason why is that I just don't see the Chiefs losing 4 straight at Arrowhead, 3 straight overall. I predicted that when Burrow went down, the season was over, and Jake Browning did a great job. This jacket is so cool. There's like a little hidden pocket in here. There's a receipt. I'm not even going to look at the receipt. My sister told me the receipt was in there in case it didn't fit or I didn't like it. I'm gonna throw it away after a show because it fits perfect. But yeah, I really like the Chiefs here to really get this one. So as we go to a commercial break here, 2:58 left in the first. It's Kansas City 7, Bengals 3. The rest took over the game and cost us to win. I'm going to go over this game in a lot of detail, not only on today's show, but on the live stream Tuesday. Dolphins probably got to be honest with you, when I watched that game, Lamar Jackson, I think, is MVP, and the Ravens just look good. When I watch that game, I see a team in the Ravens that looks like they're the best team in football, and they're hot at the right time. Really, really impressed with the Ravens. I'm not a believer in the Dolphins, but it's going to be fun because Dolphins play the Bills in Miami next week. Winner wins the East, and you gotta love it. I think you gotta love it. You gotta love it. Dan has a crush on every. There is a lot of guys. There is a lot of draft players I just really like. Me and Denver Gator were talking about some players in this draft, and there was several that I like, but probably my biggest crush is I gotta learn how to pronounce the last name. Rome Aduze, receiver out of Washington. I absolutely love this kid. Allen's watching the game from London. Allen, dude, that is awesome. Allen, one of my bucket list things is going to London. I've been to Germany when I was in the military. Showing my age, it was just shortly after the wall came down when I was in the Army. So it was mostly at the military base. We went to some bar. Hey, look, I was out in the field for a couple of days. I went to a bar. I mean, you're 20 something. Good luck. What happened? But London is one of the places I do want to get to. My crush is Lato. Dude's got nasty hands. I've been watching more of him, and he's going to go really high. He's going to be a fun player to watch. There's some really good defensive players in this draft. I know quarterbacks and wide receivers are going to be what you hear most about, but this is if you need some help on defense, this is a good draft, especially early. I think I would, man. I really think I would, and to be honest with you, like I'd want to go like full Americana. Like I usually wear cowboy boots, but if I'm doing a lot of walking, I wear regular shoes, but I'd like to go to London, cowboy boots. I have a cowboy hat that I like to wear. I used to wear it for my live stream here. I used to wear it all the time. But first time, like second time, why is it not? Yeah, second time I went to Vegas, I wore the cowboy hat on the plane and, around town and stuff. It was kind of cool because people were like, hey, cowboy. And it's like, I know who you're talking to. It's kind of cool. But I thought about like wearing the boots and the hat. Like I'm from America. Like American flag t-shirt or something. Pitch out to Brown here. He gets to the outside, but he's swallowed up very quickly here. Edwards with nice stick. Unfortunately, Edwards is down after that, after a gain of 3, possibly 4. So what's your opinion on TV showing celebrities at games? Do they show them too much? Me personally, I love seeing Taylor Swift. You ask any other Chiefs fan, it's overblown. But I actually kind of like it. I like the fact that I'm seeing somebody who's doing the same thing I'm doing, who has a life I can't really relate to. And I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't want to be a singer. I wouldn't mind being a billionaire like Taylor Swift. I just found out she was a billionaire last week. I had no idea. Like, would I want to be a singer, an entertainer? No, I wouldn't. I mean, because you're either in the recording studio or you're traveling. You can't go like the Walmart or the gas station. You gotta have people do those things. Buddy of mine told me like years ago when Britney Spears was super popular, she stayed at like the top floor of the Vegas hotel. And anyway, I'll get back to that story here. 3rd and 2 here for the Bengals. Very key third down here as we're going inside a minute 35 in the first quarter here. 3rd and 2 here. Browning in shotgun formation. Chiefs are putting some pressure. Browning's going deep downhill to Chase, who hangs on for a nice gain. Very nice gain by Jamar Chase. He does take a shot, but he hangs on. Gain looks like about 20 here. So big first down here as they go inside the Chiefs territory. So on 3rd and 1, they go deep downfield, and nice job by Browning the chase here. And this is a really great job because what it is that he originally wanted to go short on to Browning's left. He wanted to go short to the left, went back to deep to the right side here. Joe Mixon takes the handoff, goes around the left side, gets a gain of 5 here. So it's going to be a 2nd and 5. Mixon, even though the Bengals have been struggling running the ball, he's doing an excellent job. So, but Allen, I love it, man, because I like seeing celebrities doing the same thing that I'm doing. So I love it. Most people say too much, but Taylor Swift is shown too much. That's what you're going to hear from like 99% of Chiefs fans, Allen. I like seeing it personally, but I'm a lone minority. They're mixing a gain of 4, not 2, and it's going to be but Mixon's going to take the handoff. He's going to escape, get to the outside, and get a first down. Looks like a gain of 9. I thought I gave him a gain of 6. They give him a gain of 5, but then he just goes right outside the right tackle and gets a gain of about 10 as we wrap up the first quarter. So after 1, we got good guys 7, the Bengals 3 as we go to commercial break. And by the way, we haven't seen Taylor Swift today. I'm not sure she's going to be there. As we go to commercial break, I'll give you an update that I see. Steelers 10, Seahawks 7, 10:38 left into the second. That looks like it's going to be a good one. Denver 3, Chargers nothing, 3:55 left in the first. Of course, you may have heard that Russell Wilson got benched. Jason Stidham, 4th-round pick out of Auburn, been on several different teams here. He's getting the start today for Denver. And that's going to be a very interesting thing this offseason, what the Denver Broncos are going to do with Russell Wilson. I think Brian Thomas Jr. might be a second wide receiver off the board in this draft. There might be 4 to 5 wide receivers taking the first. I'll be honest with you, Perry. I think you're right. I'll be honest. It could be 5. It could be 6. Brian Thomas Jr., I'm just drawing a blank on him right now. Leo asks who I have for rookie of the year. I still have Stroud. If you want to say Paco Noto, I wouldn't be mad at all. I wouldn't be mad at all. But I got Stroud, and the reason why I got Stroud is because he's what he's done as a rookie. Possibility of the Texans going to the playoffs when they were a 2-win team last year. I would take Stroud, but if you want to say Paco Noto, and by the way, I don't have the stats on what he did against the Giants today. I wouldn't be mad at all. If you had to size the players up, which one's better, I would say Puka Noto, and I'm probably butchering that name, the Rams wide receiver. And Noto's probably the better player, but because playing a quarterback and the expectations, I would give it Puka. Stroud, Puka, Gibbs. What about? I'll be honest. I'm more impressed with Laporta, but I love Gibbs. By the way, I thought they reached for him. I was adamant. I didn't like taking him at 12. I really like him. I like Montgomery too. But if I had to say, give me who's the best rookie on that Lions team, I would go Laporta over Branch, and then I'd have Gibbs at third. By the way, if you haven't been watching, I don't know how much you watch. Brian Branch has done something amazing. I have a huge man crush also on Laporta. So, man, I appreciate it. Yeah, Laporta's been playing lights out. I love Laporta. I mean, going into next year, I might call him the best tight end in football. And I say that with all due respect to Travis Kelce. Me and Travis Kelce share a birthday, so I know exactly when his birthday is. He turns 35 early October, and he has slowed down where Laporta's kind of picking up steam. Now, keep in mind, Ben Johnson, the Lions offensive coordinator, is probably the hottest name in the NFL to be a new head coach. That may hurt his development, but if I had to rate the tight ends going into next year, I might have Laporta number 1 overall. And that's I love his game. I knew he was going to be good. I didn't know he was going to be this good, especially this fast. Play action pass here. Browning hits the tight end Sample out. He's going to be caught for a first down. The bootleg looked like the Chiefs were going to go ahead and stop him, but instead Browning gets the ball off quickly. Nice throw by Browning, 7 out of 9 for 72 yards. Nice play by Sample here. So really, really good job by the Bengals offense doing the same exact thing they did last drive and just eating up a lot of clock as they advance the ball. Even if they walk away with a field goal, and you may say, Dan, it's 7-6, you're down. How is getting a field goal a win for the Bengals? It's a huge win because what you did is you shorten the game, and it's a 1-point game. And plus, the one thing the Bengals are easily able to do this game so far, they're going to call a timeout here, but they're going to call a timeout here, but you still want to keep the game short, and I think that's very key. So as we go to commercial timeout, I'm going to read more of your comments here. Yeah, Laporta's in his prime. Kelsey's coming out of his prime. Oh, I love Dalton Kincaid. I had a major man crush on Dalton Kincaid. I thought I had actually my number 1 tight end was Michael Mayer. He went to the Raiders as he was the 3rd tight end in the draft. He's a pure old school wide tight end. And he's a guy that can block. I don't think he's been utilized in the offense. The Raiders offense has some issues, but he's a guy I think could be really, really, really good. But Dalton Kincaid, I love Dalton Kincaid. I'll get back to Dalton Kincaid. What one of my major draft crushes here. 1st and 10 for the Bengals at 17 here. They're going to hand off to Brown. He's going to go around the right side, but he's going to be stopped after a gain of 2 here. It's going to be 2nd and 8. But Dalton Kincaid, I'll be honest with you, on a different team, I think would put up bigger numbers because you have Diggs, you have Cook coming on, Gabe Davis. But I think Dalton Kincaid on another team would be more successful. He's going to be a really, really, really good tight end for a long, long, long time. Second, Nate here for the Bengals. Browning's in shotgun formation. 2 wide receivers to the bottom of the screen. I can't tell. 2 to the bottom, 2 to the top. Jamar Chase at the very top here. And that's where Browning's looking at. He's going to dump it off to Joe Mixon in the flat here. Mixon's going to make a nice play, get to the sideline and out of bounds. 4 first downs, going to be first and goal for the Bengals. First and goal for the Bengals. Nice play by Mixon here. Mixon was the outlet. What he did is he chipped on Hannah, who's having a great season, by the way, and just ran to the sideline. Look, here's the thing. Joe Mixon, he's 230, but he's a lot faster than you may think. And I was able to go ahead and beat Trent McDuffie to the sideline. First and goal for the Bengals here as we approach under 12-10, in the second quarter. 2 tight ends, 2 receiver, Mixon right up the middle here, but he's going to be swallowed up by the Chiefs defense. They're going to give him back to the line of scrimmage here. You could have lost one to Montague and Leo Chenell here. And Jake Browning so far, really good game. 8 out of 10, 82 yards, just super efficient. Just ding, 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 ding. Really, really playing some very, very, very good football. Playing some very, very good football right now. And I was one of those guys, I was adamant once Joe Burrow was down, the Bengals season was over. Browning proved me wrong here. Browning back to pass here. He's got Nixon, and that's a touchdown. The bad guys get into the end zone here. Browning to Mixon here. 9-7 with the extra point looming here. So not good for my Chiefs. 11:29 left in the second here. And the Bengals offense has been doing everything and anything. The Chiefs defense has to get on track. And I really like using Mixon in the passing game. They're going to take a look at this, but I'm not sure why. He's very clearly in. And Browning's doing a fantastic job. He's making himself available. There could be a team that looks at him and says, hey, you might be a guy. It might be a starter somewhere. The extra point's up and good, 10-7. So 11:29 left in the first half as we go to commercial break. And we got bad guys 10, Chiefs 7. I haven't done a deep enough draft. Ed Perry right now. I got Neighbors as my number 2 wide receiver. Thomas Jr. is the one from LSU. I know who he is. I just haven't been able to dig into the draft as much as normal. A lot of family stuff. Laporta had a rough day blocking yesterday. Yeah, he missed several blocks. I was going to go into that, but I'm glad you said something because I know I've been harsh on Kelsey as a blocker, but Laporta did not block well yesterday, and you guys have been telling me he's a good blocker, and I'm like, yeah, he's more of a receiver. I paid some very close attention to Laporta blocking yesterday, and the whole time I'm like, what are you guys looking at? But he's a rookie. 6'2", 200+ pounds. He's an all-around wide receiver, can catch with good speed. Perry, LSU could have 2 wide receivers going to the first is LSU turning into wide receiver U. It's going to be interesting, Funk, because there's so many good receivers coming out. Of course, my guy out of the University of Washington right now, I have him just below Marvin Harrison, but I haven't taken a look. I don't know if I'm getting the names mixed up here, but I believe Kelvin Benjamin, the wide receiver from Florida State, he's a guy. I can't remember if Kelvin Benjamin's the former Carolina Panthers receiver that I just got mixed up with. He also played at Florida State. You know how I am with names, but there's a lot of receivers in this draft that are going to be good players. Yesterday was his work day in the blocking department. I was hoping that was true because what I saw was not a good blocking tight end at all. But I do want to touch base on this, and I do want to touch base on this after the game, and then I'm going to touch base a lot on this on Tuesday. Funk says, I hate the Lions fan base. They just want to blame the band call and not even acknowledge Goff's underthrow to Mitchell after it. They don't want to acknowledge that 55% completion rate or 2 bad picks. The second pick late in the game was bad. I actually thought that I want to touch base on that bad pick. I want to touch base on that pick because that really should have ended the game. If then McCarthy tried to outsmart himself because the Lions did such a great job stopping the run. Yeah. Let CeeDee Lamb have 900 yards receiving. I'll be honest with you. I'm not too concerned about that because if you play Dallas in the playoffs, you can adapt for that. You can bracket CeeDee Lamb. So I kind of ignore that. And CeeDee Lamb's a good player. He's also a guy that next game could have 3 drops. I'll be honest. I as much as I like CeeDee Lamb at his best is one of the best in football. I don't have him as a top 5 receiver, probably a top 10. I mean, really talented guy. Don't get me wrong. But Denver Gator says, what's up, peeps? Happy almost New Year's. Hey, Denver Gator, man. Thanks for joining the show, man. It's always good to see you. I know you're excited about your Chiefs here. Patrick Mahomes is going to swing and pass out to MVS. MVS is going to get outside, but only gets a gain of 3, it looks like here. And what they did is they lined up MVS and used him he was actually lined up as a running back, motioned out to the flat. As what the Chiefs are trying to do is try to get their wide receivers some confidence by getting them involved in short passing game. Then they can get them go downfield. Patrick Mahomes 4 out of 4 for 32 yards and a touchdown. Of course, the Bengals have had 2 long drives resulting in a field goal and a touchdown. Patrick Mahomes back to pass at 2nd and 10. Mahomes scrambling around. He's going to shuffle it out to Justin Watson. It's going to be incomplete. They're going to probably take a look at this because it was very close here. Mahomes was being dragged to the ground when he basically did an old school chest pass to try to get the ball to Justin Watson here. It didn't work out. But it looks like he was out. He got the ball out in time, so it's going to be no sack, but still 3rd and 7 here. And this is exactly what you want to do if you're the Cincinnati Bengals. Eat up a lot of clock, score. It's actually not CEH. CEH is out. It's going to be P. Ryan. He's going to be it's going to be his first action of the season. And it's going to be stripped. Patrick Mahomes was stripped, and we're on a dog pile. It's Bengals ball. This is what you want to do if you're the Cincinnati Bengals. You want to win the turnover battle. You want to eat some clock, and you got to win the turnover battle. And so eating some clock, forcing turnovers, that's exactly what you want to do. So the Bengals are doing everything they can to keep their playoffs hopes alive. As Trey Hendrickson just went right around the rookie Wanda Morris. He's got the start thanks to Donovan Smith being out. And by the way, he's playing good, but I mean, he's a 4th round rookie playing left tackle. So, yeah. If you're a Chiefs fan, you think he's the answer at left tackle. That's not the case, but he's not playing bad for a backup, especially when you're a 4th round rookie. 1st and 10 at the Chiefs, 24 for the Bengals here. Browning in shotgun formation. He's back to pass. He's got plenty of time here. He's going to scramble around. He's going to take off. He's at the 20. He's going to go out of bounds at about 17-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 7 here. Nice job by Browning. Browning's doing exactly what you want. Just very efficient. Just dink, dink, dink down the field. And that's all you need. And then what you want to do is you want to win the turnover battle, which they just did. So the Bengals what they want to do here is just keep eating that clock, even with a field goal. As long as you eat up some clock and shorten this game, you got a chance. You got a chance. There's going to be a handoff right up the middle here. Mixon's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage here, and they're going to mark him right at the line of scrimmage, so no gain here. It's going to be 3rd and 2. What do you think about Travion Henderson, running back? I love this guy, Perry. He is one of my I have a major man crush on. He hasn't declared for the draft yet. I absolutely love this guy. If he declares for the draft, I think he may surprise people. This is a guy I heard ran a 10-2-100 If you're not familiar, like that's the term world class gets thrown around quite a bit. Travion Henderson has world class speed. I'm not sure what's going on here, Chiefs super fan. I'd rather be a fan. I want to touch base on all this, Funk, because you have some great questions. You have some great comments. Whoops, I almost hit the wrong button here. I'm sorry. Yeah, you have some great comments here. There's a flag and there is some pushing and shoving. I haven't said anything because I don't know what's going on yet. They didn't really show what's going on, but there's been a lot of talk on social media between the two teams. Of course, these two teams have met in the regular season and the postseason the last 2 years. So there is some chippiness between the two teams. It looks like it's going to be offsetting personal fouls right now. Yeah, and I'm going to level with you. This is good for the NFL. It's really good to have rivalries that aren't locked in the division. I'm not saying it's the same thing, but like the Colts and Patriots with Brady and Manning, I definitely could see that. And then so the pushing and shoving between Snead and Chase, I kind of get that. Chase has been talking a lot of trash on social media, and if you're a Chiefs fan, you're gonna say he instigated it. If you're a Bengals fan, you're gonna say that Snead instigated it. Bottom line, I think there's just some bad blood. I like it. It's good for the NFL. 3rd and 2 here. Browning's in shotgun formation here. It's back up tight. It's actually Sample. He's lined up as a running back here, but Browning's going to run around. He's got some room. He's going to drop it off here, and he's going to drop it off for a first down. It's Hudson, the other tight end here, for a gain of 7, and it's going to be 1st and goal for the Bengals. Great job by Browning as nobody was covered as the Chiefs only rushed 3, but even though they rushed 3, Chris Jones still broke 3. As he was running, the Chiefs linebackers quickly converged on Browning. Browning kept his head up, eyes downfield, hit Hudson in the flat here, who was not really supposed to be involved in the play at all. Great job by Hudson and a great job by Browning there. It's 1st and goal at the 7-yard line here. Browning in shotgun formation. He's going to pitch it out to a Mixon. He's going to go around to the outside, but he's going to probably lose a yard here. Chiefs defense, one of the Chiefs defensive unit, a lot of people don't realize this, but Chiefs have one of the better linebacking cores in all of football here. Nick Bolton, who missed several weeks, he's back. Willie Gay hasn't been able to stay healthy, but when he plays, he's one of the fastest linebackers in football. Ran a 4.46 at the combine. Just tons of speed. Drew Tranquil added as a free agent from the Chargers. Lots of speed. Really good player. Jake Browning, by the way, 10 out of 12 for 98 yards and 1 touchdown, but most of those have been thrown to most of those are just checkdowns. So, and Bengals are going to go ahead and have to call another timeout here. It's going to be it's going to be their second timeout. So it was a great play by Browning. Browning's been very, very, very impressive, Funk. And I don't want to be dismissive when I say that, that you want to shorten the game to keep the ball in Mahomes' hands. I'm not trying to dismiss Browning at all, but I mean, he's a backup quarterback for good reason, but he's been playing lights out. And by the way, if there's a team that you're like, hey, look, we need a guy, would I consider Browning to be my starter? Yeah, I would. I really would. Down season for the Chiefs. It happens. Hopefully we make the conference title. We'll see here. Game's not over yet. Let's see what we can do here. I mean, plenty of time left here. 8 minutes left in the second here. 2nd goal for the Bengals. Browning's in shotgun formation here. He's got pressure. He's going to scramble around here. He's running around to his right here. He's going to run, and he's going to be tripped up. I can't see. It was Karlaftis who tripped him up. So he got a gain of 2 as he dove forward. We're going to see where they mark it at. But it's going to be 3rd and goal from either 6 or 7. And what the Chiefs are doing is they're not rushing a lot and they're not blitzing, which is a little different than normal. But what they're doing is they're really got a lot of guys, and give a lot of credit to a George Karlaftis who just ran Browning down. Those small feet, for a defensive end to go ahead and run them down. So they're going to give him the ball at the 5, so a gain of 3 here. 3rd and goal from the 5 for the Bengals. Empty set for Browning here. Chiefs are just rushing 4, something a little unusual. They're trying to hit Chase in the end zone here. Snead's all over him here. But there's a flag on the play in the end zone that usually indicates pass interference or illegal contact. This looks like it's going to be a first down for the Bengals here. 1st and goal for the Bengals here. And L'Jarius Sneed and Jamar Chase both were on the injury report earlier in the week. Both these guys have been talking trash on social media. Both these guys, 2 of the best at their position. Jamar Chase, one of the best receivers in the National Football League. L'Jarius Sneed is going to be a free agent. He is going to command a lot of money. There's no holes in this game. He can play zone. He can play man. He can play inside. He can play outside. He's strong against the run. Yeah, he held, and it's pass interference. It's a good call. In the playoffs, you need to take the points. Games are a lot tougher, and he's making comments on this. I'm starring all these. I'm going to touch base on it here. It's going to be 1st and goal at the 1-yard line for the Bengals. 7:17 left in the first half here. It's going to be Mixon right up the middle here. He's going to be stopped just short of the goal line as the Chiefs converge. And it's going to be 2nd and goal here. Nice job by the Chiefs defense here. Montague kind of led the charge here. And keep in mind, even if the Bengals get into the end zone and make this a 10-point game, the Chiefs defense has been playing really, really well this year. I'm not going to blame the Chiefs defense for not for giving up a touchdown when you're already inside the 25-yard line. That is not the Chiefs defense fault. That's not the fault of the Chiefs defense. So I'm not going to blame the Chiefs defense there as we go under 6:30 in the first half here. Browning stumbles, falls down, gets back on his feet. The ball's incomplete here. And so Browning, they got a little cute here, trying to throw the ball. Browning fell down and got back up and threw the ball. It got tipped and it deflected. It went incomplete here. By the way, since you're inside the 1, I'm willing to bet the Bengals are going to go for it, even if they don't score a touchdown here, unless it's a sack or a major penalty. It takes them further back. I believe this is 2-down territory for the Cincinnati Bengals, but they're making it difficult. The Chiefs defense is making it difficult here. 3rd and goal from inside the 1 here. Browning's under center here, and it's going to be a little play action pass. Browning's going to run around. He's going to take it himself, and he's going to corkscrew his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati Bengals. Jake Browning runs it himself. He did a pump, looked like he wanted to throw it. He got hit, corkscrewed his way into the end zone. Nice run by Browning. 16-7. Bengals take the lead. Very nice job by Jake Browning. Very nice job by Jake Browning. Give him a lot of credit. Playing some good ball. And this is exactly what the Bengals wanted to do. They wanted to shorten the game. There's 6:23 left in the first. You got touchdowns when you got in the red zone, and you want a turnover battle. There's a recipe to beat the Kansas City Chiefs, and check. The shopping list is complete. Here as we go to commercial break. Bengals are up 17-7. So Funk says on all the other underthrows, and I'm the a-hole for questioning him. Dude threw a blind hook shot and then got picked, and underthrew Laporta for another pick, but his plays had nothing to do with the L. Perry, I have no problem with Dan standing true to himself. I remember when he settled for points to force overtime against Seattle. Everyone destroyed him for it. I want him to stay him. Plus, it shows faith in the players in the playoffs. Okay, so this is where you're not going to like me, Funk. And I'm going to say the same thing Tuesday. I said when the score was 7-3, and they had the ball, I think at the 6, and they went for it on 4th down. I said this is a major mistake, even if you make it. It's a major mistake, even if you go ahead and you get to completion. You really should just take the points, and I really think that hurt them because late in the game when Goff threw that second interception, the score, instead of being 17-13, it should have been 17-16 with 2:45 left it should have been 2:45 left in the game. You had all three. I think you had 3 timeouts or number 2, and you could have been running the ball and holding on to a field goal for a 19-17 win. And the way that you were running the ball, you were able to run the ball. So I really hated that first, not the first, I'm sorry, the second, because they went for it on a fake punt. And I was like, man, that takes some balls. I wouldn't have done it. I mean, no way in hell I would have done it. And they completed it, got the ball downfield, but I thought you should have took the points to go 7-6. And I don't believe that you're showing faith in your players when you go for it on 4th and goal. I think it shows desperation. I think it shows that, like, hey, look, we can't play defense against the Dallas Cowboys. I thought that was a bad move. And I said at the time, I think it's going to cost them, and I think it did. I really thought that was key. On the other side, let me give you the good side. All right. And I'm going to say this Tuesday. I'm going to go live Tuesday. I'll talk about this. When I watched those two teams play, it really looked like the Detroit Lions were the better team. The Detroit Lions looked like the team, and I was expecting something different. I really thought that I was expecting Dallas because they have more talent. I was really expecting Dallas just to be the better team. I really was expecting that. I was really surprised. Like you mentioned the last live stream, I keep saying same old Lions. It's not. No, I mean that's a good team. This is going to be a short kick here. It's going to bounce here, and Richie James is going to fall on it. So what the Bengals did is they kicked it short, kind of a pooch kick, if you will. Try to catch the Chiefs off guard here, and that's exactly what they almost did here. That's exactly what they almost did. CD carried my fantasy this week. Congratulations on having CD Lamb on your fantasy teams. Oh, what a great game he had. What a great game. 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs at their 24-yard line. 6:22 left in the first half. Patrick Mahomes in shotgun formation here. He's looking downfield. He's going to throw downfield. It's going to be Noah Gray. Shakes a tackler. Goes down at the 40-yard line. Gain of 16 for Noah Gray. And you remember, I love Noah Gray. This is the guy I think that really needs to be involved quite a bit more in this offense. So if you're paying attention here, Pittsburgh just scored a touchdown. This is a fun one here. It's going to be it looks like Steelers 17, Seahawks 14 as they approach halftime. So we are going under 5:45 in the first half here. Chiefs are down by 10, 17-7 here. Patrick Mahomes has the ball, shotgun formation here. He's going to set up the screen to Pacheco. Pacheco is going to make one guy miss, get to the outside. He's at the 45, 50, 45. He's still up at the 40. Gain of 21-yard line. Gain of 21. Isaiah Pacheco invades Bengals territory for a Kansas City Chiefs first down. Very nice job here by the Chiefs offense here. Really nice job. Almost a block in the back. I'm a Chiefs fan, so I'm a little biased, but almost a block in the back by Creed Humphrey. But that block really sprung this play. A nice move by Pacheco coming up, cutting back inside and accelerating here. So nice job by the Chiefs offense here as they are on the Bengals 39. Mahomes in shotgun formation, motioning for Richie James, play action pass here. He's going to dip it off to Noah Gray. Noah Gray stopped instantly by Mike Hilton, the nickel corner, for a loss of 2. Very nice play by Hilton. He was not fooled. He did some film work this week. He went ahead and saw everything. So should Kansas City get Tyler Boyd? There's so many receivers. I'm gonna touch base on this here in a second because I want to touch base on this. Like my boy Keys. So a 2nd and 12 here. Patrick Mahomes back to pass here. Pardon me. It's going to be handoff to Pacheco. Pacheco's going to power forward for 6 here. It's going to be a 3rd and about 6, maybe 7, depending on where they spot the ball at. And they're going to go ahead and put in P. Ryan here. Pacheco's going to get a breather here. Pacheco has 81 yards on the day, and the rest of the Chiefs only have 34. So Pacheco's going to need his rest here. Hopefully, Chiefs can convert the third down here. It's going to be 3rd and 6. P. Ryan's going to enter the game here. MVS to the bottom of the screen here, trips to the top, but they're going to motion Kelsey to join. MVS at the bottom in the slot here. A little quick out, but incomplete here is Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelsey are just a little off here. It's going to be 4th and 6 for the Kansas City Chiefs with 3:49 left in the first half. And Kelsey, man, and first Taylor Swift sighting of the day, but I would have liked I think Kelsey should have got it. So Butker is missed 2 kicks in a row after starting the season 25 out of 25. This is a long one. It's a cold day. It's a little windy, and this is a long field goal. It's a 54-yard field goal here for Butker, who does have the leg, and the kick is up. It's good. It's good. So the Chiefs get 3:44 left in the first half. Cincinnati 17. Good guys 10. Mahomes hit 4K again with trash receivers. It is very impressive. I think people really don't understand how good Patrick Mahomes is playing this year. And I don't like that he's pressing, but I would be too. And the fact that he's gotten 4K with one of the worst receiving core in football is really impressive. Chief Superfan, I keep hearing a lot of names. Keys mentioned Mike Evans. I know Boyd's not really a big time name. There's a lot of names in free agency that are actually bigger than Tyler Boyd, but I think he has he has like 7 picks. With Tyler Boyd, I know that he's a guy that he's a common name, and I know he's not a big star, but I really would like to see the Chiefs, and I think the game plan has been the same thing for the Kansas City Chiefs, is that they want to build the receiving core with young players and build on the cheap. I think that what they did is they spent, Kelsey makes a lot of money. And if one of these receivers goes ahead and gets built, like Rashee Rice, for example, who I think is turning into a superstar, if you get somebody like that, maybe if he's willing to take a decent contract, you keep him. But if he turns into a superstar, you move him on. And then I think you're really going to see the Chiefs really try to build through free agency and the draft. But I think with free agency, I think you're going to look for lesser names in Boyd, but I'm not a fan of the Chiefs trying to get an older player. I'd like to see the Chiefs build through youth and try to build with the upside. And I think that's what the Chiefs really want to do. Boyd, I love Tyler Boyd, by the way. I'm a huge Tyler Boyd fan. It's just that I want to see the Chiefs go young, not get that older guy. So maybe Godwin from the Bucs could be had in a trade. That's a possibility. I think here's the deal. I'm curious what Tampa Bay is going to do, because if they're not willing to sign Baker Mayfield, they can't work out a contract with Baker. I think you have to trade up in this draft. And the thing is, though, the Chiefs are not going to pick. I mean, you're probably trying to get a pick. Could be looking at a team like Chicago, right now they were picking 8th before the game today. I'm not sure where they're picking at right now in the draft, but you may be looking at a team inside the top 10 that needs a receiver. And if that's the case, then you may have to do some trades. So little hump on the Broncos score is sweet. Make sure you see that play. Nobody wants to see Denver win today, Denver Gator. Nobody wants to see that. But I'll look at that. Little Jordan Humphrey, by the way, is turned into a pretty nice player. First and 10 for the Bengals here, 3:44 left in the first half here. Browning's under center. It's a play action pass, something they've been doing quite a bit of, and they've been doing successfully. He's caught, though, and he takes a shot here. Multiple Chiefs players. I believe Bolton's going to get credit for the quote-unquote sack, but I think they're showing it on the replay on YouTube TV right now. The little spin move. Breaks the tackle. Yeah, they're showing it on if you're watching YouTube TV, they're showing him on the touchdown. That is a very nice play. And Denver Gator, I agree with you that he looked much better in a Chiefs uniform. So 2nd and 11, shotgun formation for Humphrey, or I'm sorry, we were talking Humphrey for Browning here. He throws a screen pass. Nick Bolton's all over it and stops Mixon right at he stopped him behind the line of scrimmage. Nixon leads forward for it's going to be 3rd and 11. 3rd and 11. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go plug. Bolt. I'm not sure what that icon is, man. It is for me. I put 2nd round tag on Baker. If you can't re-sign him, some team may give up the 2nd round. I think that may be a little high in this draft. But that's going to be an interesting situation with very interesting situation with Bucks. Browning in shotgun formation here. He's got pressure. He gets it released. He gets it, and it's Hudson drops it. He was close to the first down. If he would have caught it, I think he would have been just short. And then you have the very interesting decision. I doubt the Bengals would have gone for it this deep in their own territory, but Hudson did drop a play. Oh, right in the hands, too. You can't put that on Browning. Hudson, you got to make that play. 4th and 11. And the Chiefs are going to get the ball for about 2 minutes. All 3 of their timeouts left. Keep in mind the Kansas City Chiefs will get the ball first in the second half here. And this is a short punt. And it's going to take a Bengals roll, but it's going to stop down at the 32-yard line. So it's good position for the Kansas City Chiefs. 2 minutes left in the first half. The good guys are down by 7. Good guys are down by 7. And by the way, I just don't think a 2nd round is realistic because you got a lot of quarterbacks in this draft, and you also have some free agents. You have guys like Gardner Minshew. I'm trying to think of who else that you have. You have Gardner Minshew. Potentially Mac Jones. Maybe Bailey Zappi. I don't know what New England's doing, to be perfectly honest with you. You could also, if you get really desperate, you can pick up a guy like Sam Darnold, who's looked good in limited action. So teams know what Baker is, a solid to good starter. Rookie quarterback's unknown. I get that, but the thing is with Baker is you get a guy who he turned down over $30 million a year a couple of years ago, and with salaries going up, is here's the deal. And by the way, I understand me and you, we're looking at this and we're going, I would take $30 million a year, and it's a little different. When you see Derek Carr and Daniel Jones getting 40, that's kind of where you're looking at. And is somebody going to be able to do that? Baker better than all 3 of them. I'd be honest. If I'm Baker, I would take a pay cut and I would stay in Tampa. I would do Geno Smith a couple of years ago signed a 3-year, $105 million deal. And if he can get something like that, stay in Tampa, because you got some good. If you take a decent deal and you can keep Goodwin and Evans, you got solid players to work around. You have a good offensive line. The defense is solid. I'm not sold on Bowles, but you got some things. If I'm Baker, now keep in mind, I'm assuming Denver Gator has told me he hates Tampa Bay. He would rather live in Siberia than Tampa Bay. I'm joking, by the way. Tampa, if you like Tampa Bay, I think I've never been there myself. I think it's a good place to play. Patrick Mahomes is going to hand off here. Isaiah Pacheco, he's going to get outside. He's at the 45-50, 45-40. He's at 35-30. Chiefs already in field goal range. Chiefs already in field goal range. A huge run. Isaiah Pacheco just squirts outside here, just cuts through the gap here. Kelsey gets a nice block here on Sam Hubbard. Something I thought I'd never hear. By the way, Kelsey, if you're asking, no catches. No catches. It's very rare Kelsey doesn't have a catch and a half. But that's what we're looking at right now. Chiefs are already in field goal range here. 1st and 10 at the Bengals 31-yard line. Empty set here for the Kansas City Chiefs. They're going to motion P. Ryan, who's at the top here. They're going to motion him back, and all sorts of flags here going on here. One Pride 40. Listen, I get it. Dallas had no business winning that game. Listen, I get it, but I look at it different. They've been unstoppable at home, and you looked like the better team. You looked really good. Don't worry, your Chiefs hopefully can come back and win this game here. 1st and 15 here. Patrick Mahomes empty set here. A little dip off the Richie James here, but quickly stopped here. Daxton Hill read that perfectly. Gain of 5 for the Kansas City Chiefs. Should have kicked the extra point. Yeah. So the third time, you really should just said, you know what? Actually, to be honest with you, so Micah Parsons, after you went back, you should just kick the extra point. Yeah. 2nd and 9 here as we go under 120. Chiefs have all 3 timeouts. Patrick Mahomes going downfield. He's going to drop it off here to Pacheco. Pacheco makes a move, cuts inside, gets a gain of 5. It's going to be 3rd and short here as the Chiefs are going to kind of they're not really in a hurry because the last thing you want to do is give the Bengals any time. And keep in mind, Bengals only have 1 timeout. The Kansas City Chiefs have all 3. So. I'll touch base on this. I still think Baker want more than Smith got. Oh, I think so too. Patrick Mahomes back to pass here, 3rd and 3 here. He's got some pressure and MVS had a 1st down if he catches the goddamn ball. I don't know what to do. I mean, you're an NFL receiver, hits you right between the 1 and the 1. I literally don't know what to tell you. I mean, I really don't know what to tell you. I mean, it hits you right between the 1 and the 1. I mean, you kind of got to catch that. I really don't know. I really don't know what to say here. I mean, Chiefs are going to kick a field goal here. So I'm sorry, guys. And did he miss the? I'm sorry, guys. I'm just a little flustered here. Oh man, I apologize. I just was rattled here for a second. MVS, all you have to do is just catch the ball here, and all right. I'm a little rattled by that. I'm just rattled by that. So in 17-13 here. Don't worry, I would have punched my team. If you sign Baker, you need to sign a front-loaded contract. It's going to be such a great story because I know Baker. I mean, he held out, banked on himself, and lost. And I know he wants more money than Daniel Jones, Derek Carr, and Geno Smith. But if I'm Baker, dude, he's really marketable. Denver Gator would have to tell me, but I think that Tampa Bay's a nice place to live. I know he's from Texas, so he probably likes the warm weather. I don't know, but I'm looking at the teams he's played for. I mean, I'm thinking Tampa Bay's probably a plus. I know it's not a major market, but Cleveland isn't either. And he was all over TV at those Progressive commercials. Those Progressive commercials were awesome. Those Progressive commercials were awesome. And you could do something. Like Baker's a guy that can make money away from football. I don't see Geno Smith or Daniel Jones probably does commercials in New York and stuff. There's some pluses doing stuff in New York. That was one of the things Eli Manning said, is that there's a lot of pluses to being the starting quarterback of the New York Giants, especially those Super Bowl years. So. Pride Lions got screwed, but at the same time, if Goff throws the ball in front of Mitchell, they still get 2 points. That Goff did. Goff throws it in the dirt with the pressure. Kansas City will have to cut guys at the end of the season ends. I think Travis K is starting to downside him out. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna touch base on this. So, MVS stands for directly Marquez Balds can't scratch. Can't catch them. With the Bucks. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you don't pay the state tax. Florida's not a bad place to live. You got potential because dude, those Progressive commercials were awesome. Those Progressive commercials were awesome. And they were everywhere. Like he can make commercials and make money. I mean, let's see what the Bengals do here. They got 35 seconds left here. They're just going to hand it off to Mixon. Mixon's going to cut inside and go down after a gain of 2. And I think that this is just Kansas City Chiefs are actually going to get aggressive here and call a timeout. I'm not really sure I agree with this philosophy. Yeah, he's not going to be here next year. MVS not going to be here next year. Surprise. Now, Kadarius Toney, I think, will stay. The Chiefs gave up a 3rd and 6, and they like his upside and his potential. And what they did this year is started using him at tailback. And I think that could be interesting because CEH is going to be gone. I know P. Ryan, they got him, but he's not really a long-term answer either. I think he's just on a 1-year deal. He was on practice squad most of the year and actually got cut in training camp after a great preseason. Mixon's going to power forward, go around right side, and he's going to get a gain of 7 here. And I'm not sure if the Chiefs are going to call a timeout or not. I wouldn't, but Chiefs are going to, and on 3rd and 1 here, we're going to see what the Bengals do here. So Hutch played fantastic. Really impressed with the run defense. I think there's a lot of upside to the Detroit Lions. And the best thing about that game is that you looked like you were the better team. I thought early in the game where you went for it on 4th and 6 on the 6-yard line, you should have kicked a field goal. It should have been 7-6. And I said at the time, that could come back to haunt you, and it did, because what happened is the score should have been 17-16 with about 2:45 left in the game, and you had all 3 timeouts. You had 2 or 3. I can't remember which one. I'm pretty sure you had all 3 timeouts. And instead, because you had to get 4 points instead of just 1, that's when Goff threw that second interception. That should have ended everything, by the way. That should have ended the game, but you got lucky with McCarthy not really doing the right thing, and so you had a chance. But if it was 17-16 and you run the ball with 2:45 and all 3 timeouts, and instead of throwing that second interception, you play for a field goal, you win the game 19-17. You looked like the better team. Funk said, I accused you guys of being the same old Lions. I don't think so, but I get why he said that. I think I've been giving you guys a lot of credit. But Hutchinson played fantastic. I have not watched basketball since LeBron was with Cleveland. I know he went back, and now I know he's with LA, but I haven't watched. No, I haven't. I couldn't. LeBron James is probably the only NBA player I know, unfortunately, man. So if we play Dallas again, do we beat them? It would be in the NFC champion. It would be in the actually if it's 2-3, it would be NFC divisional round. It would be in Dallas. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't pick against them. I'd want to see probably. I really like him. I really like him. So. Oh, Steve Curry. Yeah, I forgot. Steve Curry, the guy who fights Draymond Green's the guy that fights all the time. I forgot about Steph Curry. See how old I am. I remember Steph Curry at Davidson. I don't watch March Madness anymore. March Madness used to be my thing. On 3rd and 1 here, Browning's going to do a quarterback sneak and get a first down, and I believe that's going to end the half here. The Bengals are going to call timeout. There's some pushing and shoving here after the play, but the Bengals are going to use their final timeout. Okay. Steve, Steph Curry. I'm sorry. Okay, so here's the drill. When I watch a game, I skip forward through some stuff. So the way I understood it, it wasn't that he reported, but they can't have 2 players report in as eligible. You can only do 1. That's the way I understood it. I could be wrong. You're talking to the wrong fan base about questionable calls costing you the game. You're talking to the wrong guy, Kadarius Toney. You're talking to the wrong guy. You like the hoodie though? One Pride. If you do super fan, I'm asking Dan. I do know one Pride is a huge Pistons fan. Is the NBA losing fans because players selfish and not want to stay? I don't think that's it, but I will tell you one thing that would bug me is that they take games off during regular season now. And I've watched the documentary on Jordan, The Last Dance. I've seen it several times. Like Jordan played every single game full 1,000%. And he didn't care if it was like, week 2 of the regular season or the NBA finals. You got that level of intensity. And that's something that I think really, really, I think it bothers fans. I remember one fan, it was when the Chiefs were, it was Tim Duncan, and Popovich rested Duncan, because it was like, some meaningless game in January, and there was a fan, and he's like, dude, I took a lot of money, made this big deal so I can take my son to an NBA game so we can watch Tim Duncan. He takes the game off so he can get some rest. And I remember he like, it was a big deal because like he petitioned for his money back. I don't know if he got it or not, but the NBA also, I liked it when it was more physical. Probably in like, I know that the whole goal was to make it more international. That's why you didn't want it as physical, but I mean, I'll be honest with you. Regular season basketball is awful, but postseason basketball is really, really good. But I don't watch basketball anymore. Dennis Rodman. Oh yeah, Dennis Rodman. They talked about that. It was kind of, if you haven't watched The Last Dance yet, Chief Superfan, watch The Last Dance. It is really, really, really good. And I probably watch it every now and then. So I don't get Netflix on a regular basis. I right now I got that Max, so I can watch like some of the superhero movies, and I'm going to cancel it. And then when the last season of Cobra Kai is available, I'll get Netflix for a month, and I'll probably watch Last Dance then because I really like it. But I don't want to buy Netflix and pay for a whole year. So I'm weird that way. I don't, if it's not football related, man, I don't watch too much. I do like some of the superhero movies. I have to admit, I'm kind of a superhero fan, but it's so disappointing because Marvel's just putting out shit. It's like they had the 3 Marvel girls. I'm not going to watch that. I watched 10 minutes of that She-Hulk thing. I was so excited about Moon Knight, and that was garbage. The Daredevil and I didn't even know who Jessica Jones was, but that was really good. I was really 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 impressed by that. Like I knew nothing. I didn't even know Jessica Jones was. Jessica Jones was the Luke Cage and Iron Fist. I actually liked both of those. Iron Fist was a little weird, but overall, I liked it. I heard Pippen got pissed from it mainly because Jordan got paid while others didn't. Pissed from the special, The Last Dance. I didn't know that. But they interviewed Pippen quite a bit. They also interviewed. They didn't really interview, but they show a lot of Jerry Krause and I one of the things I liked is that they showed how instrumental Krause was to the Bulls and the moves that he made. So, you know what? When I remember Vince Carter, and I loved Vince Carter. It was him and Rasheed Wallace at North Carolina, and they lost in the Final Four or like the Elite Eight or something. I was convinced. It was Vince. It was or was it Stackhouse? And God. I'll be honest with you. I used to love college basketball, and then I just started getting out of that. And then I used to watch NBA postseason games. I don't know a single Raptors player. I would have to add it to my DVR list. I'll try Perry, but more than likely I won't do that. The Spider-Man that the young kid, he's actually dating the girl that plays Mary J in real life, and I thought that was kind of cool. And it's funny because like they went on a show together, and it's like, yeah, they told us not to date, and then they're like, we absolutely don't want our co-stars dating; it causes problems, so don't date. And so there was like, yeah, we're gonna date, and I thought that was cool. And Zendaya, something like that. She's got a weird name. Like she's taller than he is, which I think it's cool because I'm 5'8", and I've had several girlfriends taller than me. So I kind of like that. So I've dated. I have a thing for taller women. I like taller women. I'm not saying I won't date a short girl, but I do like I like taller women. I'm a legs guy, so more legs on taller women. So. But I can't think of the guy's name. So I wanted, when I first watched it, I was like, no, I only like Tobey Maguire. And then I was like, this is good. The first Marvel movie. I don't know if you caught it, but they stole a scene from my favorite movie, Casino, where they played the Doors song. When they played the Doors song with Michael Keaton, they stole that from the movie Casino. They stole it from the movie Casino, where Michael Keaton played the Vulture, and I love that. And then the movie where they go to Europe, I forget the name of it, like Spider-Man Homecoming, I think it is, or something like that, and there's bits and pieces that I liked about it. It was the first one with Michael Keaton as the Vulture. I thought was great. There's not too many movies better than that. And then the next one was solid. The ending was fantastic. And then the third one, it was good. killing off Aunt May, I didn't really like, but yeah, it's pretty good. I think it's cool that they're dating. I've never been a guy who's been like, I don't look at celebrities and just like, but I like Tom Middleston. That's his name. So like Tom Middleston is, Tom Middleston's and Zendaya dating. I think that's good. The Bad Boys and New York Knicks are my team. Oh God, the Bad Boys, the Knicks. The team that I was a huge Utah Jazz fan. I love John Stockton. Just as dirty as anybody, not named Bill Laimbeer. Somebody corrected me. But John Stockton, like 5'11", 6 foot, wearing the tight shorts, just dirty as fuck. Loved Karl Malone. God, the Indiana Pacers had some really good teams too. Rick Schmitz, Dale Davis, Reggie Miller. You got like if you're down by 2 and you got half a second left, Reggie Miller. Oh God, they had some good teams. Larry Bird, like I heard Larry Bird used to drink like a fish when he was the coach. I heard like he was like always drunk. I could be wrong about that, but man, they had some good teams. Miles Morales. Oh, I'm not a fan of that at all. No, I'm not a fan of that at all. Don't like it. Actually, I knew about it came out years and years ago about that Spider-Verse thing. And then I really the Marvel's Morales, I don't like it. I knew about it a long time ago. I think it was a comic or a cartoon or something. And I didn't like it. I heard it from a bunch of people like, oh, it's really good. And I saw it and I was like, I don't like it. And I tried watching the second one. I got like through 5 or 10 minutes and I'm like, no. But no, I'm not a fan of Miles Morales. I hate it. I hate it. I'm sorry. Spider-Man. I like Tom Middleston and I really do like Tom Middleston. Really likes Tom Middleston. That is forever burned in my brain. Oh yeah. Reggie Miller. Yeah. Those Pacers teams. I actually watched. It was on Netflix. The what they call it? The Rumble at the Palace, and I forgot that. I completely forgot until I watched that series again. That Indiana team, if they don't get all those players suspended, that Indiana team. Because that was after Jordan was done playing, that Indiana team probably would have won an NBA championship if they didn't get all those guys suspended. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, until I watched it just recently. So it's all about Spike Lee putting up choke signs to Miller and he responded. Oh God, yes, that was just so awesome. Dude, seriously, and by the way, the whole Spike Lee, Reggie Miller thing is just amazing. And I don't know if you heard this, but like Spike Lee, so what he did is he's been a season ticket holder. He's a celebrity. So he used to go through like the player's entrance, and then a couple years ago, they stopped him. They're like, this is for players only. And he did the, do you know who I am card? And they like, no, we know you can't do that. And I'm like, fine, I won't go. I mean, and he's like, if you don't want me to be here, I won't be here. But, and normally I don't like do you know who I am? But it's a little different, like you're not like Jack Nicholson. There was a clip of like somebody tried to get Jack Nicholson, tried to make him look bad because he was at Lakers game. Somebody came up to shake his hand and he just turned away. But I mean, like, dude, you're Jack Nicholson. If you're some rando dude coming up, like, hey, man, I could see Jack Nicholson going, look, dude, no, I'm not going just like, I mean, it's a little different. I get it, but yeah. Oh, God, I love Dominique Wilkins. Oh, I love the human highlight reel. Oh, God, he was so good. I remember he was pissed, and a lot of people thought he was a dick because he should have won the slam dunk contest, but they gave it to Spud Webb, and they were both on the same team. And a lot of people are like, "You're just bitter," and he's like, "It's not that I'm bitter; it's just that I'm better." And he was. So, I swear, blank bear handles were so amazing. I think I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm cracking up because I don't know who it is. I swear bear handles. Can you let me know what you're talking about? I feel like I should know this, but all right, let's go back into it here. I'm going to give you some highlights here. Let's get you caught up to the rest of the action around the league here. It's Pittsburgh just scored a touchdown. It is 23-17, 6:52 left in the third. Pittsburgh literally just scored a touchdown seconds ago. They are going to kick the extra point. Denver is up 13-3. Nobody likes that. They are at half, and of course, halftime here. Chiefs 13, Bengals 7. Oh, God, Allen Iverson was – it was funny because I remember watching him at Georgetown. And if you remember, Georgetown had all these great centers. I'll get the order mixed up. I believe it was Ewing, Mutombo, Mourning, and then the next player is this guy, Allen Iverson. By the way, watch some clips of Allen Iverson playing high school football. So it was in the same district was Allen Iverson, Michael Vick, and then the best one out of the three, he like won all district, was this guy ended up playing quarterback at North Carolina. He had a decent player. Clyde Drexler was very, 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 very good. Clyde Drexler was really good. Quietest guy in NBA history. Just quiet dude. Chiefs' time of possession was 8 minutes and 10 seconds. What did I say the key was? Eat up the clock, win the turnover battle, force the Chiefs into field goals. Check for the Bengals as we start the second half here. The Kansas City Chiefs will get the ball back to start the second half. Again, with the Kansas City Chiefs win, they clinch the West, clinch a playoff spot. If the Cincinnati Bengals win, they keep their slim playoff hopes alive, but they still need help. A loss eliminates them completely. Let's start the second half here. Hopefully the good guys can get one here. 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes under center here. He's going to hand off to Pacheco. He's going to go around the right side and get swallowed up quickly. But he powers forward for, it looks like, a gain of 2. Olympic Dream Teams 1 and 2, the best era of basketball in my lifetime. Oh, yeah. I didn't really even start watching basketball till Jordan made the finals that first time against the Lakers. Never watched NBA basketball until then. First NBA basketball game I watched was game 2, where Kelsey gets his first catch of the game here, but he's quickly swallowed up for no gain. The first NBA basketball game I watched was the game. It was on every commercial where Jordan's going up with this hand, and then he switches it up to do the layup. That was the first NBA game I ever watched. Oh, God. I remember coming out of high school, his rookie season, he blocks Olajuwon. I'm like, holy shit. 3rd and 8 here for the Chiefs here. Trips at the bottom formation. Patrick Mahomes goes back to pass, throws it, and it's incomplete here. It would have been a tough one by Justin Watson here, so the Chiefs go quick 3 and out. Chiefs go quick 3 and out, and don't get me wrong, it wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad pass. I mean, God, it's just frustrating. 4th and 8 here. Chiefs are going to punt, and it's actually a nice punt here by Townsend. Very nice punt here, and he's going to catch it, but Joshua Williams is right there, stops him. So the Bengals are going to take over. Very, very good punt here. The Bengals are going to get the ball at their own 16-yard line. Townsend, great punt. And they're showing the play again. It's not really a drop, but it would have been a tough catch. I mean, it would have been nice to have a receiver who can make those plays. Would have been nice to get a receiver to make those plays. So like underneath here, there's this like little bar I'm putting my feet up on. If you tuned in late, like I've never had turf toe before, but I bent my toe backwards. It's swell. The big toe on my right foot is twice the size as the big toe on my left foot. Like I could probably put on a shoe, but like walking around, so like I'm putting my foot up on it, and every time I touch something on my big toe, it's like ow, ow. Like I've never had turf toe. I'm sure it's not turf toe, but like I've never kind of understood it. But like now I'm kind of like, yeah, that's tough. That's a tough one. That is a tough one. All right. All right. I'm checking some stuff here as we're on a commercial break here. I'm having some issues with bear with me here. I'm having some issues with YouTube. So bear with me here as I'm getting everything kind of ironed out here. I'm also live for the first time on Instagram. I've never gone live on Instagram before. This is my first game going Instagram live. It's something I'm kind of experimenting with because I'm having some issues with. I'm having some big issues with. I'm having some issues with Facebook. I'm still off of Facebook. However, I'm going to try my best to get on Facebook. There's a good chance I may have. I can't even tell if I'm on Facebook, to be honest with you. If I'm on Instagram Live or not. The one thing about Instagram Live is that if you put a comment in Instagram Live, it won't flow over to Streamyard. I'm not sure how to access it. I should know this, but it's funny because like I Googled the instructions of how to look it up, and I still can't figure it out. So, but there's a good chance I may be back on Facebook relatively soon. We'll see. Facebook's been kind of frustrating. There's some other platforms I may be using going forward, but I think for the rest of the year, I'll just use YouTube and Twitter, and we'll see if I can get everything ironed out with Instagram. We'll see. 1st and 10 for the Bengals at their own 17. Browning's under center here. He's going to hand it off to Mixon. Mixon goes around the left side, gets a nice gain of 6. Joshua Williams, who made the nice tackle on special teams, he makes another play. So a nice job by Joshua Williams, a former 4th-round pick out of Fayetteville State, a guy with lots of upside. Hasn't played much this year, but a guy that's got lots of upside for the Chiefs here. And he's getting some playing time in here. I think McDuffie is out. Yeah, so Snead is out. So Joshua Williams is going to play here. Browning back to pass here, and it's incomplete here. He's trying to hit Jamar Chase, 3rd and 5 here. For the Bengals, and the Chiefs defense here brought some pressure. They brought a corner blitz. And my apologies because I see L'Jarius Sneed in there. I think they're just playing with extra defensive backs, I suppose. I just haven't seen Williams play at all until he made that play on special teams, and then that last play, the tackle Joe Mixon. But 3rd and 5 here for the Bengals. Bengals 17, Chiefs 13, 13:02 left in the third here. Chase going to go in motion to the bottom of the formation here. I believe that's can't tell who to back up. Oh, it's a tight end here. It's going to be a 1st down to Hudson here. He's still up here fighting for extra yards. They're going to call it dead. He gets a nice gain of about 11 here to the Bengals' own 36-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Cincinnati Bengals as they convert on 3rd down, something the Chiefs have not been able to do. Very frustrating for Chiefs fans. Jake Browning, 12 18 for 112 and a touchdown, 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line. It's going to be a handoff to Mixon. Mixon's going to be he's going to slip a tackle by McDuffie and get to the 40 here, gain of 4. McDuffie hit him almost at the line of scrimmage. One thing about Mixon is that even though he runs like a scat back and he does have really good hands and speed, he's 230. He has some real power. He's a really good player. And a nice job by the Bengals as they go ahead and bring in Tyler Boyd and Jamar Chase back in. It's 2nd and 6 for the Bengals. And that may not look like it's that big of a deal, but excuse me. Difference between 2nd and 9 and 2nd and 6 is absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. 2nd and 6 for the Bengals here as we go under 11:40 in the 3rd quarter here. Browning back to pass here. He's got some pressure here. He's going to scramble around. He's going to drop it off to Chase. He catches the ball at midfield. He's still running around. He's going to be hit at the 45 for a Bengals 1st down. And the Bengals offense has been playing really, really well today. Just very efficient, just dink and dunk, kind of surgical. And Jamar Chase, they did a good job. They kind of bracketed him with Reed and Bolton, but Chase just kind of ran around. The Chiefs did bring some pressure, but Browning's athleticism getting outside the pocket. Browning's plays outside the pocket are the biggest difference in the game today. Browning being able to make plays outside the pocket is huge. 1st and 10 inside the Chiefs on the Chiefs 46-yard line here. It's going to be a handoff here to Mixon, who's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage and tackled immediately. So it's going to be 2nd and 10. And this is something the Chiefs defense absolutely has to do. The Chiefs defense absolutely, positively has to get something going here. They have to force a stop. They have to get a turnover. They got to do something. They got to do something here. I'm going to touch base on both these here next commercial break. They're going to give them a gain of 1, so it's going to be a 2nd and 9 here as we go under 10-10 in the 3rd quarter here. Jake Browning, 13 out of 19, 126 on the touchdown, 32 rushing yards and a rush touchdown here. Shotgun formation here. He's going to drop it off. It's going to be dropped off here. Hudson wants a flag. He's not going to get. Bolton in coverage, forcing 3rd and 9. Forcing 3rd and 9. I can see why Hudson wants a flag, but he's not going to get it here. Good. You know what? If somebody did that to Kelsey, I'd want a flag. So DG, the most fun team ever was the Shaq. Oh God, Penny Hardaway, Shaq, Nick Anderson nailing threes. 3rd and 9 here for the Bengals here. They're going to put Sample and Hudson in the backfield as running backs here. They got Jamar Chase at the bottom, 2 receivers to the top here. You've got some pressure. Browning throwing the ball deep downfield here. He wants Higgins. Higgins can't haul it in. He wants a flag, and he's going to get one here. Joshua Williams was hand fighting with Higgins, and he's going to get a flag here. It's going to be 1st down. We're just going to see, is this going to be a spot foul or is this going to be a hold? But this is definitely a flag on Joshua Williams here. So. And this is pass interference. This is going to be a spot foul. This is a huge penalty here in Joshua Williams after making some good plays. But this is definitely, I mean, he's just holding on to him. So it's kind of a no-brainer here. You can't do that. And by the way, this is just a bad hold because he's doing it right in front of the official. What you want to do if you're going to hold him is you want to hold him not on your outside arm. You want to hold him on the inside arm where the referee can't see it. Spot foul inside the 15 here. Mixon's going to go around the right side, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds after a gain of 5. So I mentioned everything that you want to do to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. Well, the Bengals have done everything properly. You've eaten up a lot of clock. You won the turnover battle, and you forced field goals and when the Chiefs get inside the red zone. They've run for 101 yards today, the Cincinnati Bengals. Not bad for a team that has the worst rushing attack in the NFL. So not bad for a team that's the worst rushing attack in the NFL here. 2nd and 5 at the Chiefs 10 here. Browning's in shotgun formation here. I'm not sure who the running back is at the point here. It's not Mixon. I can't tell who the backup is, though. I apologize. It is Mixon, and he's going to get just a gain of 1. Well, they're going to give them 2, so it's going to be 3rd and 3. A very key third down here for the Kansas City Chiefs here. 3rd down and 3 as we go under 9 minutes in the third quarter. Great job by the Cincinnati Bengals, just eating that clock up. 3rd and 3 here for the Cincinnati Bengals here is they would love nothing more to convert. Keep in mind, even if they just get a field goal, this is a massive win because this comes right off the heels of the Chiefs going 3 and out. But if they can get a first down, that's huge. They're circling Nick Bolton here. He makes the stop. This is going to be very interesting because they put the backup running back in there. They put Williams in, and I should know who this is here. It's Travion Williams, and they put Williams in, and he got a gain of 2, so it's going to be 4th and 1 here. That's decision time for the Cincinnati Bengals, and they're going to go ahead and go for it here. I'm going to level with you. Even if they make it, I would take the points. Your defense has been playing good. You've been able to move the ball. I would not risk it here. I would not risk the momentum, but we're going to find out if it works here. They're going to go they're going to go goal line formation here. Browning's under center, 4th and 1 for Cincinnati Bengals. They're going to hand the ball off, and Willie Gay gets behind the line of scrimmage. It's no good. The Chiefs get turnover on downs. They're going to get the ball back. 7:43 left in the third quarter here. Kansas City down by 4, but they get the ball back. And what happened is they just didn't block Willie Gay. This is just a bad decision. This is bad decision by the coaching staff of the Bengals. Bad offensive line play call because Willie Gay was right there in the A gap. This was readable, and somebody made the wrong decision. And this is not. This has been the same offensive line. The one thing about the Bengals' offensive line is they've had the same guys throughout the whole year. The one thing about the Bengals have had some injuries, just like a lot of other teams, specifically Burrow, but the offensive line's been healthy throughout the whole year, so this is a big mistake. Big mistake. I loved Anthony Hardaway. I loved Penny Hardaway. He was so much fun to watch. He was like a he was kind of built like Scottie Pippen. He had a Pippen-like game, except he was a much better scorer. Wasn't as good defensively as Pippen, but with him and Shaq, and Shaq said later he should have just stayed in Orlando because he was feeling kind of like, oh, Penny was getting more attention than me, and I get that, but yeah, that was a lot. That team was a lot of fun. They came out like nowhere too. Came out of nowhere. Great team. All right. So what do I think about 2-point try? The old school part of me doesn't like it, but I do. I love the fact that you were down. You don't lead the game up to a coin toss. I love it. Now, after 2 consecutive penalties, I think you should have kicked. The first time, the play call, the Decker 2-point conversion, I loved it, even though I wouldn't have done it. All right? I loved it. I wouldn't have done it. However, after the third time, you shouldn't have. 4th down and 5 earlier in the game, you kick that field goal instead of not going for it, and it's 7-6. I think you win that game. So 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs at their own 9, 7:43 left in the game. Good guys down by 4. Patrick Mahomes unshotgun formation here. Pacheco to his right. Patrick Mahomes goes down pass. He wants to go deep. He's got a guy open. It's MVS who doesn't catch the damn ball. Here's what they did. The Chiefs took a shot downfield. All they want to do here is really just open up the offense. But here's the deal. MVS had a leg on him, and fuck. The ball literally went right through his hands. I thought it was off, but I thought it went over his hands. It went through his hands. I mean, you can't. You really can't do anything more. And Kelsey's going to catch this one for a gain of 5. It's going to be a 3rd and 5. So a lot of people are talking about like big time, big name free agents. You just ain't got to catch the fucking ball. I mean, you can't. I mean, what, dude? At first I thought it went over his hands, like he was outstretched, and I thought it went over his hands. They showed a replay; it went through his hands, And here's the deal: if he keeps his balance because he had 2 inches, that's touchdown. Even if he falls down, which I'm okay with, it's a 40-yard play. Mahomes goes deep downfield. It's Justin Watson who catches the ball. There's a flag on the play. If this stands, this is a gain of 35, but we're going to see what this flag is. Big 3rd down conversion by the Kansas City Chiefs that we're going to see here. They're showing Patrick Mahomes. He's got a sideways face on him. He's looking at the sideline here. It's a 41-yard pass play. If it stands here, it's going to be a legal contact against the Bengals. This is going to be declined. A legal hands to the face. Obviously declined. It's going to be a Kansas City Chiefs 1st down. And this one thing is that the Chiefs don't need stars. They just need guys to catch the fucking ball. That's all you got to do here. And what happened is the flag was actually pretty good decision by the Cincinnati Bengals. What they're doing is they're just double teaming. They're trying to eliminate Kelsey, and this is the best I've seen the team just eliminate Kelsey. 2 catches, 6 yards so far. 1st and 10 at the Bengals 44-yard line. Mahomes play action pass here. He wants to go deep again. He's just going to throw this into the ground here. Bengals are running down the field here, but this is going to be whistled dead. There's another flag on the play here. We're going to see what this does. Let's see what this flag. Yeah, it's hard to believe here. And Patrick Mahomes is indicating that the ball looked like it just slipped out of his hands. It fell to the ground here. The referees are talking over the penalty here as the ball just slipped out of Mahomes' hands. Because Bengals were trying to fall on the ball like it was a fumble. It obviously wasn't. We're going to see what the flag is. We're going to see what the flag is. Why I'm drinking an energy drink, I don't know. I'm really amped up. It's going to be holding against the Bengals. This is an automatic 1st down, back-to-back penalties against Cincinnati Bengals. The Cincinnati Bengals are livid right now. Zach Taylor is talking to the referee, and he is not at all happy here. Trey Hendrickson is getting pressure on Mahomes here. And what they're doing is they're getting Wanda Morris, the starting left tackle, some help. They got Blake Bell in there. And I think what Mahomes was trying to do when the ball slipped out of his hands, throwing the balls, he was trying to hit Noah Gray across the center here. So relatively, it's only the first 2 penalties against the Bengals all day. 1st and 10 here at the Bengals 39-yard line here. Mahomes going to go under center here. Noah Gray getting some more playing time, which I like here. It's going to be a play action pass here. Mahomes wants to go downfield here, but he underthrows Rashid Rice here. It's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs. These games are always good. This is really good for the NFL to have Bengals Chiefs, Bills Chiefs, Bengals Chiefs. If you want to tell me Bills Bengals is going to be a good one, I'd go with that. These games are important for the NFL. They make the NFL so much more fun to watch. They really do. Mahomes in shotgun formation here, 2nd and 10. Laser beam to Rice. Rice going to look. Rice, as soon as he catches the ball, shot right out of the cannon, accelerates to the 16-yard line, gain of 23 as the Chiefs enter the red zone. The key to winning this game is the Chiefs, are going to get into the red zone. They've kicked 2 field goals and they've scored 1 touchdown. They got to score touchdowns. And Rashid Rice, this looks like it was a blown coverage. And as soon as he catches the ball, he accelerates. So it's 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line here. Trips to the bottom of the formation. Rice is to the top. Isaiah Pacheco is Patrick Mahomes' right. Shotgun formation. It's going to be a direct handoff to Pacheco, who stopped at the line of scrimmage but powers forward for a gain of 3 here. It's going to be 2nd and 7. So Rice is him. Rice, by the way, Isaiah Pacheco, 7 carries, 93 yards. I'm an old school guy. I'd like to see the Chiefs run the ball a little more. Justin Ross, Blake Bell, Noah Gray enters the game. So the Chiefs are going to go with 2 or 3 tight ends here. And there was some confusion because not everybody was on the same page here, but it's okay. 2nd and 7 here. Patrick Mahomes under center here. It's a play action pass here. He's going to throw the ball right at Noah Gray's feet here. It's going to be 3rd and 7 here. The Bengals have doing a great job putting pressure on. So it's been a combination of 2 things. One, excellent coverage on Travis Kelce. They are totally taking Kelce out of the game. And part of this is that Wanda Morris, a rookie 4th-round pick, is starting left tackle, but the Bengals defense doing an excellent job. Mahomes has not been comfortable all day. Patrick Mahomes back to pass here. A little quick throw to Pacheco. Pacheco's quickly tackled Hilton. Great play after a gain of 3. And this is a great job. This was, by the way, designed, is that you had Pacheco one-on-one against Hilton. They were counting on Pacheco to make a play to get the first down. Hilton won that, and it's going to be 4th and 4, and Butker goes on to kick a field goal. So how do you win this game if you're Cincinnati Bengals? You win the turnover battle, check. When the Chiefs get inside the red zone, you make them kick field goals, check. You win the time of possession battle, you eat up a lot of clock, check. Check, check, check. And this is why the Bengals, if they win this game, it's because they followed the recipe to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. This is a 27-yard field goal. Hopefully Butker can make this. The kick is up. The kick is good. 4:31 is left in the 3rd quarter. Bengals 17, Chiefs 16. All right, we're on a commercial break here, and I shouldn't do this while I'm live, but this is just driving me nuts. Why I can't see, the so I can't figure out for the life of me why I can't see my own game here. I'm on Instagram live here. By the way, hey Brandon, I'm sorry, One Pride. Sorry about that. One Pride. If you're on Instagram, can you tell me, or can somebody tell me, if you can see me on Instagram live? I know Seattle Pittsburgh looks like a good one. Seattle and Pittsburgh looks like a good one. So. All right, so whoops. Okay, so never mind. I'm at the Meta Suite, which I can't use because I am. If somebody can let me know, am I live on Instagram or not? I'd greatly appreciate it. Greatly appreciate it. I'm trying to figure it out right now, and I probably shouldn't do this while I'm live, but this is just absolutely driving me nuts. And I can't figure out why, or if I can, because it should show up on my story, but when I look here, it doesn't look like it's there. So. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing wrong here, but if somebody can give me a heads up, I'd be greatly appreciative. Yeah, I got to figure Instagram out. I got to figure Instagram out a lot more before I use it. But yeah, I have it should be, my story should be here, but for some reason or another, it says I'm live, but for the life of me, I cannot figure it out. All right, keep some in the close it. Oh, okay. Hold on here. I am. Bear with me here. I think I figured it out. Go to Instagram professional account. Okay, I think I figured it out here, and I apologize. I normally wouldn't do this. It's just this has just been driving me nuts because stupid Facebook is not having some problems here. Back to the game here. It's 1st and 10 here for the Cincinnati Bengals here. Browning's going to dump it off the Brown. Brown's at the 25-30. Quick corkscrews his way. Still powered. Breaks the tackle here. He's out. Gets a gain of 20. Very first play there, and I apologize I missed that, but I apologize you guys almost missed that. But I think I figured this out. All right, first and 10 here for the Bengals here. They're going to play action pass here. Browning wants to go deep here. He's pressured here. He's going to just throw this out of bounds here. There's Tyler Boyd's kind of vicinity there. So, okay, I figured it out. So I figured it out here. Thanks for bear with me here. I don't know how to turn the sound on the flow. Okay, I haven't figured out the volume settings. All right. All right. So I'm now on Instagram as well. Back to the game here. Tyler Boyd made a catch here. It's 3rd down. And so here we go. 3rd and 4 here for the Cincinnati Bengals here. I'm trying to figure out how to adjust the sound here, and I cannot do it. All right. All right. I apologize. I'm shutting that down because Browning going to get the ball away. It's going to be incomplete here. So on Instagram, I'm gonna have to just figure this out. What I'll probably do is I'll probably set something up on Facebook again here. Great job by the Kansas City Chiefs defensive line here. Dana putting a hit on Browning. Browning's taking some licks today. Chiefs super fan. I'm going to give you the weeniest answer of all time. Whoever wins between Alabama and Michigan. I think they're the 2 best teams in college football right now. I'm leaning towards Alabama, but I think it's going to be a close one. Bengals going to have their just their 2nd punt of the day, as they've done an excellent job just doing what they need to do here. And Richie James is taking a punt inside the end zone. This is what? Why would you do that? All right. Frustrated. All right. Commercial break here. 9:13 left in the 4th quarter. Pittsburgh and Seattle. Pittsburgh's up 24-20. 9:08 and counting in the 4th quarter. Broncos 13, Chargers 6, 144 left in the 3rd. And of course, our game 17-16, 2:39 left in the 3rd. So you're all caught up to all the action here as we are live. God, I'm jacked up. Why am I drinking energy drink when I'm all jacked up? If you want to do some in-game betting on this game, the Chiefs are still a 2.5-point favorite. Over-under is 46.5. I'd be cautious about putting any action on this one. I really think that anything could happen. Give a lot of credit to the Cincinnati Bengals. They've done everything it takes to win the game today. Absolutely everything it takes to go ahead and win this game. So give them a lot of credit here. Give them a ton of credit. Bengals have really just done a wonderful, wonderful job. So. Oh man, I don't know why I'm drinking. I'm jacked up. I'm all over the place, but it's just how it is, man. I'm jacked up. I'm all over the place. Um, thank you guys so much for joining me for New Year's. It's been a wonderful 2023. My YouTube channel's almost doubled in size this year. Hanging out with you guys, watching football, it's just been a lot of fun. It's one of the favorite things to do in the whole world. Just watch football, and I get to share it with you guys. So thank you so much for joining me on the final day of 2023 as we advance to 2024. Really looking forward to it. Hope it's going to be a good year. Lots of things are going to happen, so we'll see what goes on here. 2:39 left in the third quarter here. The Kansas City Chiefs are going to take over. Why Richie James fielded the punt inside his end zone is a huge mistake, but Chiefs still get the ball. It's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs here. Chiefs are going to line up with 2 tight ends and 2 receivers. I think it's really smart, given Noah Gray more opportunities. The ball's going to be at the 9-yard line here. Patrick Mahomes, shotgun formation, is going to hand it off to Pacheco. Pacheco's going to bounce out to the right side and just power forward to about the. Looks like they're in the market just outside the 10 here. It's a gain. It's either a long 1 or a short 2, depending on how you want to look at it. Bottom line, it's going to be a 2nd and a long 8 here as we go. As we approach under 2 minutes here, when the Chiefs will snap the ball here. MVS is going to motion in the backfield, line up as a running back, and motion out to the flat here. Patrick Mahomes, he's going to pump fake. He's going to scramble around. He's going to throw it. Rashid Rice catches the ball. Figures with an MVS who caught it. Rashid Rice for a gain of 14 and the Kansas City Chiefs first down. There is a flag on the play here. We're going to see what this flag is. As Mahomes had to run around a little bit. I'm wondering if it's holding, because he had to turn around a few times before he got free here. It's going to be legal contact against the Bengals. That penalty is definitely going to be declined, but a great job by Rashid Rice making the catch and moving forward, getting a first down. A nice gain of 15 for the rookie out of SMU, who looks like he could be a star. And nice job. It sounds so simple, but we've had so many drops. Great job just catching the ball, looking it in, then turning upfield. When Rashid Rice gets the ball in his hands, he's explosive. 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs at their own 22. Patrick Mahomes back to pass. He's going to go downfield. It's Rashid Rice at the 50 to 45. It's a foot race at 30, 25, 20, 15. Down at the 11-yard line. Rashid Rice, one-on-one, gets right by his guy. First down, Kansas City. Big time play. That's what this Chiefs offense is missing. What they did is they had tight coverage on Rashid Rice. He went ahead and beat his man. Mahomes saw it, hit him right in the hands, and then it was a foot race. Rashid Rice, not a speed demon type of guy. You're not like Tyreek Hill takes that to the end zone, but Rashid Rice does get tracked down by Dax Hill at the 11-yard line here. Nice hustle play by Dax Hill. Isaiah Pacheco takes the handoff right up the middle, gets a nice gain of 4, possibly 5. It's not 1st and goal. You can still get the first down at the 1-yard line. You can still get a first down at the 1-yard line. Keep in mind. So it's a 2nd and 5 here for the Kansas City Chiefs here. By the way, Patrick Mahomes in the third quarter here, 7 out of 11 for 152. And by the way, he would have had over 200 yards if MVS just catches that ball. 2nd and 5 here for the Kansas City Chiefs here. Isaiah Pacheco is going to take the handoff. He's going to cut inside. Nice hit here. Jordan Battle, rookie safety, a 3rd-round pick out of Gooch was here. Maybe he could tell you what SEC team he went to. Gooch, a big Bama fan. So Rashid Rice is Rashid. And here's the deal. The Chiefs are going to keep doing this, Chiefs superfan. They're going to draft receivers every single year between rounds 2 and 5. You're going to see this. And what they're going to look for in this draft is a wide receiver like Rashee Rice, a guy I would have been happy if the Chiefs would have took him at 32 instead of FAU, but it didn't happen. So it wouldn't bother me if the Chiefs go ahead and they took Rashee Rice in the first round. But bottom line, most people had him going in the second round. You're going to see a player go in the second round this year in this year's draft that probably could have gone in the first. You're probably going to see a player that belongs in the first round go in the second round as far as a wide receiver. Now, is that going to be available when the Chiefs pick? Maybe, maybe not. But a lot of people want to make a big-time splash in free agency. A lot of people want to make a big-time splash in the draft, and that's not been the Chiefs' motto. I like what the Packers did. They used their first-round pick. Now, questionable if they used the right pick or not, but they used their first-round pick on a player, and then they drafted 3 receivers in rounds 2, 5, and 7, and then they drafted a tight end in the second round and a tight end in the third round. That's what I want to see the Chiefs do. A lot of people want – you mentioned Tyler Boyd, my boy Keys. He wants Mike Evans. A lot of Chiefs fans want Mike Evans. I don't think that's the correct answer. I think the answer is to just keep drafting guys because there's going to be a good player, maybe not as good as Rashee Rice. There's going to be a good player in the draft that can come in and make some plays. Take a look at what Zay Flowers has added to Baltimore this year. Baltimore, if you didn't pay attention, Baltimore scored 158 points. So all defense in the first. You know, I'll give you a surprise here. I'll give you a surprise is that it wouldn't surprise me if in the first round, if the Chiefs go corner. And the reason why I say that is L'Jarius Sneed we may or may not be able to keep him if we lose him in free agency, which is a very good possibility, taking a corner in the first round. And that might be a position that kind of slides. There's some really good defensive tackles in this draft. That's something Spags likes. We've gone defensive end back-to-back years in the first round. Maybe we go defensive tackle this year. Wouldn't surprise me. Chiefs in the first round could do almost anything. Back to the game here. Started the fourth quarter. Bengals 17, good guys 16. 3rd and 3 here at the 4-yard line here. Mahomes scrambling around. He's corkscrewing his way. He's going backwards here. He's going to dump it off to Isaiah Pacheco. Pacheco cannot make anybody miss. He's going to lose a yard, and it's 4th down. And I'm pretty sure Andy Reid's just going to kick a field goal here. And I'm going to say this over and over and over again. Here's how you beat the Kansas City Chiefs. When the Chiefs get into the red zone, and they will, force them to kick field goals. You win the time of possession battle. You win the turnover battle, and they've done that. The Bengals have done everything it takes to win the game today. I would want Jefferson. I would trade our first Super Bowl. I don't want that. I'll tell you right now, Justin Jefferson is angling for a massive contract. I heard he wants $35 million a year. He may get it too. He may get $35 million a year because I think if I'm the Vikings, I would probably, instead of playing musical quarterbacks, I'd probably draft one. So let's get caught up on action here. 3:40 left in the fourth quarter here. Pittsburgh 27, Seattle 20. That's a good one. 13:43 left in the fourth quarter. Denver 13, Chargers 6. And, of course, in our game, 14:09 left. And Chiefs 19, Bengals 17. You can still get that 2.5 if you're interested. You can still get that 2.5. So. And again, I apologize for the Instagram feed not working. I did figure it out. I just don't know how to turn the sound off. That's the only problem. And I'd really like to do more stuff on Instagram. That's something I've been trying to work on. I just don't know how to turn it off, unfortunately. So let me try this again here. Let's try this again, see if I can figure this out. And I need to spell reaction correctly. right, so I should be live. So I should be live on Instagram again. All right, so I'm live here. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to figure out how to mute it so there's not a double sound. And I have not been able to figure that out. So I haven't been able to figure that part out here. All right, so there we go. So whoops, and I think I just killed it, and I did. So I'm apologize about that. I figured one thing out just to fail, but bear with me here. Okay, I'm gonna do it again. This time I got it right. All right, so I figured it out. All right, and I apologize in advance, but wonder. Okay, got to do this again. All right. All right. All right. And again, I apologize. Back to the game here. Mixon's going to go around the left side. He's going to get a gain of 2 here. It's first. It's going to be second down here, and second and 8 here for the Bengals here. It's going to be Browning in shotgun formation, pressure up the middle here, and he just not on the same page here as looks like Hudson was expecting an out route or maybe a back shoulder fade. It's going to be a crucial third down here. Okay, I think I finally figured this out perfectly. And I will be better going forward here. I will be better going forward. So I appreciate your patience. 3rd and 8 here for the Cincinnati Bengals. Crucial third down as the Chiefs just took the lead for the first time all game here. Browning back to pass here. Chiefs got pressure. He's going to step up into the pocket. He's going to move around. He's got pressure. He's going to dump it off, and it's going to be incomplete here. 3rd and 8 here, I'm fully expecting the Bengals to go ahead and punt, but you never know. Hey, One Pride, if you're still there, can you double check? Can you give me a thumbs up or something on Instagram? Because I think I'm there. I think everything is good now. Oh no, I just hit a button. Okay, so there I am. So I should be good now. If anybody's on Instagram, can somebody give me a heads up and let me know if I'm good? Because I think I fixed it. If I did not, I'd like to know. And by the way, going forward, this is how I'm going to do it, but I figured it out. But if anybody's watching me on Instagram, if you can give me a heads up, I'd really, really appreciate it. Richie James is going to let this one go. It's going to be downed at about the 31-yard line here. So the Chiefs will take over. 13:07 left in the fourth quarter. Chiefs are up 19-17. A very big possession for the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs with a touchdown could turn this into a 2-score game. So, all right. I'm playing around on Instagram here. If somebody doesn't mind, if somebody's on Instagram, can you give me a heads up and let me know if everything's good? The one thing that's negative about Instagram is that the comments from Instagram do not flow over to Streamyard. That's kind of the negative, but I do have it up here. So if you want to check it out on Instagram Live, you can do that. So I finally did figure it out. So if somebody's on Instagram, if you can give me a heads up, let me know if the stream's good. I believe I'm okay. So. Update in Seattle. Pittsburgh just kicked a field goal, scores 30-20, 3:54 left in the fourth quarter here. Pittsburgh's taking a 10-point lead. This is huge because Pittsburgh swept Cincinnati. So if these two teams have the same record, Pittsburgh will get in, Cincinnati will get out. So if Cincinnati loses and Pittsburgh wins, Pittsburgh would no matter what happens next week, get the playoff spot over Cincinnati. This is why if Cincinnati loses this game, they're out. Denver 16, Chargers 6, 11-19 left in the first quarter. So we got some action going on there. My brother is a Packers fan. He hopes Seattle loses. Yeah, there are some interesting playoff matchups in the NFC. Tonight's game's a big one because the loser is out. Green Bay, Minnesota, the loser's out. The winner has a chance but needs some help. The loser has a chance but needs some help. So the loser is out. The winner's in. That's going to be such a great game, by the way. Packers, Vikings. What a great game. What a great game. I'm really, really excited about it. If you checked out my picks video, I don't have the link below, but if you haven't checked it out, by the way, you should check it out. It is fantastic. But if you do check out my picks video, I have Green Bay winning. Handoff for Pacheco. He breaks a tackle, but he can't get out of I can't tell who got him, a defensive lineman for the Bengals after a gain of 7. Pacheco, with that carry, goes over 100 yards for the game. Goes over 100 yards for the game. I absolutely love what Pacheco is able to do. I absolutely love what Pacheco's to do. I'm rooting for Green Bay. The Bucs loss is sucking. I predicted the Saints to win. I think the Saints are going to win that division. We're going to find out. 2nd and 4 here. Correction, it was a gain of 6. Still, Pacheco with that carry does go over 100 here. It's going to be another handoff by Pacheco. He's just going to run right up the line of scrimmage here. I think he stopped short, so he's going to be stopped at the 40. The first down's at the 41 here, so it's going to be 3rd and short here for the Kansas City Chiefs. Is now the time is now on the Chiefs side, but what the Chiefs really want to do is make this a 2-possession game and unleash a pass rush, which is one of the best in the NFL. 3rd most sacks in the NFL. 3rd and 1 here for the Kansas City Chiefs here as Rashid Rice is lined up as the running back and Pacheco as the fullback, but he powers forward on an old school trap play for a gain of 4 and a Kansas City Chiefs first down. So as we go under 11:30 left in the game, the Chiefs are up by 2. By the way, Isaiah Pacheco, 13 carries, 116 yards. He's having a game, folks. Isaiah Pacheco's having a game. We are getting, is that McCole Hardman? Oh, God, we haven't seen McCole Hardman all game. We haven't seen him in several weeks here. McCole Hardman's going to check into the game for the first time all game here with Noah Gray and Justin Watson here. They're going to give Travis Kelce a break here. P. Ryan's going to enter a game play action pass here on the safety blitz, and it's incomplete here. So the safety blitz completely threw the Kansas City Chiefs off. So, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. So the way it worked was that Philly lost. So Philly would have had the 2 seed instead of Dallas, and we'd go into the final week of the season. But because Dallas and Detroit has the same record, of course, Dallas will get the 2 seed. So, yeah, I was fully aware. I thought you understood. I mean, look, they have the same record, of course, you know. Travis Kelce makes the play here, and he goes down backwards. Nice catch, nice tackle by Ewuze. But Travis Kelce, biggest play of the game for Travis Kelce is this is the first time they've just locked up Travis Kelce one-on-one by a corner. So you never know. So, I mean, It's been a weird season. The Giants have been playing better. They gave the Rams a run for their money. If you didn't see it, a late field goal was missed. Pacheco's going to get the carry. He's going to go right up the middle, power forward for a gain of 5 here as the Chiefs are trying to salt the clock here. But yeah, Philly needs a win, and they need Washington to lose. If Dallas wins, it doesn't matter what Philly does. If Dallas wins, Dallas will get the 2 seed. And Dallas is a dangerous team at home. And see, we are like, I've been saying this for a couple of weeks, One Pride. I don't know what to tell you. I've been saying this for a couple of weeks. You're probably going to play the Rams in the playoffs. 2nd and 5 here for the Kansas City Chiefs. Isaiah Pacheco motions to Patrick Mahomes right here. 2 receivers to the bottom of the formation, 2 tight ends to the top. It's going to be another run play to Pacheco. Pacheco's fighting for extra yards, but he's only going to get a gain of 2. Here's it's going to be 3rd and about 3 here for the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, if you'd missed the field goal, the kick was going and the wind just pushed it left. The Meadowlands, it's a crazy stadium there, and the wind just pushed it left. If you didn't see it, the kick, if the wind doesn't blow it, the kick would have gone through and the Giants would have won. Then the playoffs get super interesting. Patrick Mahomes runs, and he's going to get the first down here. This is just an old school sprint right play. Old school sprint right. And what it is, Patrick Mahomes scrambles around to the right. 3 receivers go down. They had everybody covered. Referees are converging here, but this is going to be debatable because Patrick Mahomes, before he goes out of bounds, leaps in the air. And because he's mid-air, he's thinking that he got enough for a first down here, but the referees are going to go ahead and take a look at this because he is clearly out of bounds. So we're going to see this here. Originally it looked like it was a first down, but they're going to take a look at this. Right now it's a first down, but the challenge flag has been thrown. So here's the drill. Because Patrick Mahomes was in bounds when he jumped and extended the ball, the referees went ahead and said that it was a first down. However, it looks like Patrick Mahomes is clearly out of bounds, but he was in midair. So it's going to be difficult to overturn this because you can't really tell. You can't tell exactly where the ball is. So I do believe Cincinnati is going to lose this challenge. But if it would have been called 4th down on the field and the Chiefs went ahead and challenged this, I would have said the same thing. This is one of those situations where the ball, depending on the original call, because I don't think there's going to be irrefutable evidence. I do think the Bengals are going to lose this challenge, and it's going to be key because instead of having 3 timeouts, they're going to have 2. Do you think Miami is actually good, or are they fraudulent? They're entertaining. They're a lot of fun. I had that, so at the beginning of the season, I had them finishing 4th, and I thought that they could be about 500 team. I think Buffalo's going to beat them, and I think Buffalo will win the East and because Buffalo would hold the tiebreaker over the Chiefs. The Chiefs will need to win. And the way it's going to end up working out is one pride. Oh, I see Casey. One pride. Can you get on Instagram and see if I'm on there? Do you mind? I've been saying that. Let me get back on here because I believe I was going to tell you the Chiefs, the best they could do is get the 3 seed, but that's not true because the Chiefs, if they go 11-6. Okay, so the way it would work is that the Chiefs would still be the 3 seed regardless. So, yeah, I was right originally. But if somebody doesn't mind, One Pride, can you go on Instagram and just double check to make sure everything works? I think I got somebody watching on Instagram, but it would really mean a lot to me if you could hop over there and just see if it's working. I believe somebody is. DK Metcalf, one of my favorite players, not the best hands, though. Okay, so I see that you joined. Can you give me a thumbs up in the chat? It won't work on Instagram, but okay, thanks, brother. All right. Thanks, man. All right. So, by the way, next week, I'll have this ironed out. I know how to do it now. So what I did is I set it up and I closed the window because I could do that with Twitter and YouTube and Facebook. But with Instagram, I just got to leave the window open. So, and they overturned this. I'm really surprised about this. It's going to be 4th and 1 here, and the Bengals keep their timeout. This is huge. The Chiefs are going to go with an extra tackle here who did not report eligible. It's going to be the same play. Sprint draw. Patrick Mahomes going to power forward, forcing himself for a first down. Patrick Mahomes powers forward for a first down. He was stopped right at the line of scrimmage. He's a bigger dude than you think. And this was just a sprint right play. They had Pratt and Hubbard went ahead and he cut in between them here. And what happened is Carlos Taylor-Britt actually knocks Pacheco to the ground. Great job by Carlos Taylor-Britt, the Bengals corner. And first down by the Kansas City Chiefs here as they keep the clock moving here. First and 10 on the 34. Pacheco right up the middle here. He's going to get a gain of 6, maybe 7. And what you're doing here is that the Bengals have been susceptible against the run. DJ Reader, their best run-stopping defensive tackle player, I absolutely have a major man crush on. He is not playing. He's been injured. He's out, so he's no longer there. The Bengals have been susceptible to rush yardage, even though I still think that Lou Amaruno should get an NFL head coaching job. 2nd and 5 here. Patrick Mahomes back to pass here. A little screen pass here, read perfectly. They tried to get a screen pass here to Isaiah Pacheco, but the Bengals read this perfectly. So Bengals read this perfectly, and it's going to be 3rd and 5 here, as we are less than halfway of a quarter away from the Chiefs winning the West here. We're going to go under 7:15 when this play call goes through. The Chiefs are going to go ahead and eat some clock here. They're going to motion Kelsey to the bottom of the formation as the Chiefs got 3 wide receivers to the top here. Isaiah Pacheco is to Patrick Mahomes' right here. Patrick Mahomes is going to take the shotgun snap here. He's got time. He's going to dip it off to Pacheco. Pacheco is not going to be able to do anything. He's going to be pushed out of bounds and lose probably a yard, maybe 2. It's going to be interesting to see what the Chiefs do here. This is a long field goal. They're kind of in no man's land. I think you try it. You got a really good kicker in Butker, but and Kelsey was the angle, the replay that they had it showed Kelsey open, but Carlos Taylor-Britt was coming down hard. So even though Kelsey thinks he was open, he really probably wasn't. And Chiefs went ahead. The Chiefs, what they're doing here is they're doing a couple things because they have all 3 timeouts. If they make the field goal, they make it a 5-score game, which is better than a 2-score game. The kick is up, by the way. The kick is good. It's going to be Kansas City 22, Cincinnati 17, 6:18 left in the game. So if Cincinnati's able to go downfield and score, because you have 3 timeouts in the 2-minute warning, that's more than enough time for the Kansas City Chiefs to get the ball back and kick a field goal. And that's why you want to go ahead and you want to do it, because if you're the Bengals, you have to score a touchdown, then you have to go for the 2-point conversion to make it a three-point game instead of a 2-point game. So the Chiefs, because they have 3 timeouts, they're going to be able to go ahead and take advantage of it. So to keep in mind here, because the Bengals defense has not done a great job stopping the Chiefs running attack, even though if they punt or turn the ball over, they still have an opportunity to get the ball back. But more than likely, if they don't score a touchdown on this possession, there's a very good chance that this game's over, because the Chiefs offense would probably just need to get a couple first downs. But there still is a lot of time, and it's a 5-point game for the good guys. Butker, who is the Chiefs MVP today, is kicked the ball out of the end zone. 5 field goals and an extra point. 6:18 left in the game. Jake Browning has had a phenomenal game. And the Chiefs defense, after being torched, not really torched, but the Chiefs defense the last three series has been lights out. The Chiefs have forced some 3-and-outs really fast. Great job to the Kansas City Chiefs defense. So I wish, seriously, that's probably a more entertaining game than this one. Scores 30-23. I'll get an update on that at the next commercial break here. Shotgun formation for Jake Browning here. He's going to motion Tyler Boyd to the top of the formation here. Tyler Boyd's being pressured here. He's going to scramble around, hit by Dana as the ball goes incomplete. And I'm going to tell you something, man. Give Browning a ton of credit. He's getting hit a lot, and he's motioning. He's pointing to his left. I'm not exactly sure what he was wanting there, but I'm gonna tell you something. He's been taking a beating. Browning's taking a beating. They're throwing a flag here, and what they're doing is that they're saying that they're going to call intentional grounding on Browning. I'm not sure because it looked like, I'm going to be honest with you, they're calling intentional grounding, and I don't agree with this call. I really don't agree with this call because here's the drill: is that there was a guy. I think this is a bad call. I'm going to be honest with you. So he's inside the tackle box. That's not up for debate. Now the way it looks like to me is that the receivers are running to the right, and he threw the ball to the left. You know what? They're showing it on the replay. I think it's a bad call because Joe Mixon is kind of sort of in the vicinity as he's throwing the ball away. Look, Chiefs fans, you got a gift here. It's a 2nd and 20. I think it's a bad call. I don't think that should have been called. I really don't think that should have been called, but call it like I say it. 2nd and 20 for the Kansas City Chiefs here. Browning in shotgun formation, trips to the top of the formation here. Browning's going to try to get the ball to Chase here. Hopefully Chase can do something, but Snead and McDuffie quickly have him wrapped up. It's only a gain of 3. So it's going to be 3rd and very long here, and the clock is continuing to tick. And as far as the game looks like it's a final in Seattle. Steelers 30, Seahawks 23, which makes the NFC playoff picture so much more exciting because with Seattle losing, the winner tonight has an opportunity to get that 7th spot here. I don't know how the tiebreakers all work, to be honest with you. 3rd and 17 here, and Browning goes down. George Karlaftis. And by the way, if you're a fan of PFF, great, more power to you. They have Karlaftis ranked in the 50s. He's having a Pro Bowl caliber season. Big sack here, and on 4th and 24, the Bengals are going to be forced to punt. This is a huge job. Great job by the Kansas City Chiefs. Just great job. And they're showing coverage here. And what the Chiefs did is that even though the Bengals had both Jamar Chase and T. Higgins going on deep go routes, the Chiefs defense the Chiefs defensive line caused too many problems here. And so the Bengals are going to punt on 4th and forever. Richie James is going to get the punt at 35. He's motioning down to the bottom of the screen here. He's going to cut upfield to the 45. He's going to cut to the outside to the 45 to the 40. He's going to go out of bounds at the 36-yard line, forced out by the kicker. But to be honest with you, it was really smart because after you go ahead and you get a 30-something yard return, don't risk it here because the Chiefs, 4:33 left. So the Chiefs with a field goal can make this an 8-score game. That's not bad, but you're still in a touchdown ends it, essentially. A touchdown will end the game, but a field goal makes it an 8-score game, and that's not bad. The Bengals do have all 3 timeouts, but with 4:33 left, and the Bengals have had problems stopping the run, we're 4:33 away from winning the division. 4:33 away from winning the division here. 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes under center. He's going to hand it off to Pacheco. Pacheco is going to be stopped after a gain of 1. And the Chiefs, what they're going to do is Chiefs are just going to go ahead and try to ice that clock. And I think the plan is to, even though you got Patrick Mahomes, it wouldn't surprise me if we see another running play here as we go ahead and eat this clock up. And ultimately, the goal would be, thanks to the excellent punt return, is to go ahead and just try to make this an 8-point game and have the quarterback who's had problems in the second half try to beat you here. Because right now the ball's on the 36, the Bengals 36 here. It's going to be another handoff to Pacheco. Pacheco's going to be met right at the line of scrimmage. Great job by the Bengals defense here, shutting them down for no gain. So it's going to be third. They're going to call it a 1 yard gain. So it's going to be 3rd and 8 here. Pacheco, by the way, 18 carries, 130 yards. Great game by Isaiah Pacheco. The Bengals are not going to use one of their timeouts here. It's going to be 3rd and 8. This would be a really, really long field goal. It would be about a 55-yard field goal, but it is in Butker's range here. Actually, it'd be about 54-yard field goal. It's 3rd and 8 on the Bengals 35-yard line. Patrick Mahomes shotgun formation. Isaiah Pacheco to his right. Trips at the bottom formation. Trips at the top. Kelsey at the bottom. Rashid Rice gets the catch. I'm going to see where they mark it at. He's down. He was tackled at the 30, corkscrewed himself to the 28-yard line here. So it's going to be 4th down. And Patrick Mahomes wants to go for it, but the Chiefs are going to play conservative ball here. It looks like he was corkscrewed out of bounds. So it's going to be 3:03 left in the game here. On 4th and 1, they're going to send out Harrison Butker for what would be a 46-yard field goal. And this is an old school thing that Andy Reid's doing. The new school philosophy would be to go for it, which would end the game. What they're going to do here is they're going to kick the field goal, and it's a 46-yarder here. The kick is up, and it is good. So with 2:59 left, they make this an 8-score game. And I like this old school approach. The new school approach would be to go for it. But if you miss, then a touchdown with less than 3 minutes left, and the Bengals have all 3 timeouts, they are in a position just to ice the game. They could kick, they could score a touchdown. Here, you have to score a touchdown, get the 2-point conversion, and the Chiefs with all 3 timeouts have an excellent opportunity to counter. I like this. New school formation is our new school way is to not do it like this, but the old school way is. So, again, thank you so much for joining me on the live stream here, Talking Football. Don't forget, I will be live Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. On the live stream, all questions are answered. Anything goes. Obviously, I'm a Chiefs fan, but I talk all 32 NFL teams. We'll be talking draft. We'll be talking bowl games. There is a possibility of a guest. So I'm very, very excited about that. We'll see here. Back to the game here. Harrison Butker, the Chiefs MVP today, 6 field goals and an extra point. He kicks the ball out of the end zone here, and there's no way Butker doesn't win Special Teams Player of the Week here, as he has kicked 6 field goals and a touchdown. Broncos Chargers game. Listen, Denver Gator. I know you're cheering for the Chargers. Just an update: Broncos 16, Chargers 6. That looks awful. That does look awful. So, hey, listen, tune into this one. 25-17, 2:59 left here. Bengals got 75 yards to go to tie it up here. Browning back to pass here. He's got some pressure. Hits, oh my God, splits the defensive tackles here. It's Hudson. Yeah, it's Hudson for a 15-yard gain here. And Browning is going back and talking. Okay, it's not. Browning's not going back and talking to officials. Kappa, the starting guard, is down. So we're going to stop the game here for an injury timeout. But it's a very nice play by Browning to Hudson for a 16-yard gain. So this is how you want to start things out. So normally these AFC West games are entertaining, but you got a couple backup quarterbacks, some good defenses. Denver's doing everything right by trying to get the win, but if the Chiefs win, that eliminates both the Bengals and the Chargers Broncos from playoff contention. With the injury time out, because it's not inside the 2 minutes, the clock will stop. So a nice job. If it's fake, I don't think it is. I think it was legitimate, but nice bonus. If you are going to get injured, it's the perfect time. Hopefully it's not a serious injury. It looked like he got poked in the eye, so it looks like he'll come out for a play or two. The clock will start now here as we go under 2:40 here. Browning back pass sets up a screen pass. Mixon's in the open field, but he's going to be stopped after a gain of 6 here. Willie Gay and Nick Bolton here. We're under 2:30 here, converge here. It's 2nd and 4 here. So the Bengals are going to go no huddles. They want to get at least one play off before the 2-minute warning here. Jake Browning back. 4 wide receivers here. Browning back to pass here. Chiefs come with the blitz here. Justin Reed comes. The Chiefs come with a safety blitz here. One thing they did in the first half, there was no blitzing. In the second half, they changed this up, brought some blitzes. And what did they do? They blitzed the guy who's the new offensive lineman. Justin Reed came right up. The guy didn't read it. He double teamed the defensive tackle, which is Chris Jones. Justin Reed got the sack, but that was because the backup offensive lineman double teamed Chris Jones and he didn't read the assignment. So great job, a little chess match there. And thanks to the sack here, we go to the 2-minute warning here. Good guys up by 8, Chiefs 25, Bengals 17, but the Bengals got the ball. They got all 3 timeouts. You never know what's going to happen. You never know what's going to happen. So a very exciting time here. 2-minute warning in Denver as Chargers 6, Broncos 16. That just looks terrible. I'm just like, there's nothing really there right now. And really excited. Really excited here. Just a few minutes away from the Chiefs making the playoffs. Just a few minutes away from the Chiefs winning their 8th straight AFC West title. This is just really exciting. I don't know why I'm drinking an energy drink. I really don't need it. I'm pretty jacked up. For those of you who tuned in very late, I'm playing through the pain. I bent my big toe backwards. It's swollen to twice the size of my other big toe on my right foot. I can barely walk, but I'm playing through the pain. Every time I touch something on my big toe, it's all kinds of wrong. I've heard of the turf toe injury. I never understood it until now because I can barely walk. I'm sitting down. I keep touching my foot to things, and I shouldn't do it. But my big toe on my right foot is swollen to about twice the size of the big toe of my other one. So kind of struggling today. But I'm playing through the pain. 2-minute warning is here. We're still on a commercial break here. If you tuned in late, Harrison Butker's 6 field goals here helps the Chiefs to a 25-17 lead, but the Bengals have the ball. They are at the 2-minute warning. All 3 timeouts remain for the Cincinnati Bengals. Jake Browning has played lights out, believe it or not. You may look at the stat line and may not be impressed, but the one thing you got to understand is that the Chiefs defensive line just beat the shit out of him today. And this is a key play. It's a 3rd and 12 here. They're going to put a backup running back and a tight end back there. Chiefs still getting pressure here and sacked again. Reed and Bolton. I believe Reed's going to get credit for the 2nd straight sack, but Bolton's there. Even with the backup running back and Hudson, the backup tight end back there to block, the Chiefs still get the sack. It's going to be 4th and 18. And what it is that what the Chiefs did is that they did with old school zone blitz. They dropped George Karlaftis back into coverage and they blitzed the safety. And originally it worked, but when pressure was too much on the right side, Browning couldn't step up into the pocket. So Reed went ahead and made a 2nd straight sack. So when you get a safety with a back-to-back sacks, that's always a good thing if you're the team that has the safety to get the back-to-back sacks. 4th and 18, the Bengals went ahead and called a timeout, 1:51 left. So if the Chiefs get the ball, technically they would have to get a first down before ending the game. But basically, the Bengals don't convert 4th and 18. This game is over. Jake Browning's going to go back to pass here. He's got pressure, but he's going to throw the ball deep downfield. Caught by Tyler Boyd. Browning to Boyd, convert 4th and 18, 1st and 10 for the Cincinnati Bengals. Big conversion for the Cincinnati Bengals as they are at the Chiefs 45. 1:30 in remaining. The clock is still ticking down. George Karlaftis sacks Browning. He just goes right around Orlando Brown, former Chiefs left tackle. Karlaftis goes right around Orlando Brown, and it's sack. It's going to be 2nd and 16 for the Cincinnati Bengals as they call their second timeout. 123 is left in the game. George Karlaftis, great job here, just going right around Orlando Brown here. And Williams, what they were worried about is that they had Williams and they had Williams and Williams, the right tackle and the backup running back, double team Chris Jones, and they had Orlando Brown one-on-one against George Karlaftis. George Karlaftis went right around Orlando Brown, got the big-time sack here, and the Chiefs' defensive line has really just played phenomenal. You may look at 17 points and be like, what? But one of those was they got the ball inside the 25 thanks to a fumble by I forget if it was an interception or a fumble. I want to say fumble, but 2nd and 16, now back at their own 49-yard line, 51 yards to pay dirt here. Jake Browning back to pass here. Chiefs bringing pressure. Sacked again, Chris Jones. Chris Jones just goes right up the middle here. This was like a jailhouse break here. I'm not exactly sure what happened. As they show a picture of a they show a picture of Zach Taylor. He just looks confused here. And what happened is that's the Chris Jones just goes right around. If you want to see what a swim move looks like, we got a shot of Taylor Swift here. But Chris Jones just goes right around the other starting guard. He does a nice swim move, and there's no possible way he can get around that here. And it's going to be 3rd and 27 as the Bengals use their final timeout. 1:19 left in the game. So the Bengals can't convert here. It's going to be game over, as there's no possible way that they can stop the clock here. The Chiefs are 79 seconds away from their 8th straight AFC West title and a shot for the playoffs. Jake Browning has been sacked 4 times on this drive, and give him a lot of credit here. They have to put a running back in. They're only bringing 3, and Chris Jones still gets a hit. The Chiefs only brought 3, and Chris Jones still knocks Jake Browning down, who gets up slowly. So Broncos prove they can be just as boring without Russ. Hey, a 16-6 victory is nothing to sneeze at. They only bring 3, and Chris Jones still comes home, and Browning goes down hard. Give Browning a lot of credit here. 4th and 27. I'll be honest here. I wouldn't expect a throw downfield. I'm kind of expecting a screenplay or a trick play. I really, if I was the Cincinnati Bengals, I would just try to run some sort of trick play instead of throwing the ball downfield. It's 4th and 27. Browning back to pass here. Chiefs bringing pressure. He is going to go throw the ball downfield. He's going one-on-one with Jamar Chase, or actually it's T. Higgins. It's going to be incomplete. That's going to be ball game, folks. Chiefs are going to end this 25-17. You know what? I know. I actually was thinking they would do something different, Funk. And the reason why is that the Chiefs are just beating the shit out of Browning. I would have gone with a screenplay and then some sort of lateral like you would see on a kickoff return. I get it, though. Take the 6'4" Higgins, and you never know. You may get a pass interference penalty. But, yeah, I was expecting. Why the fuck was I expecting something different? So, Funk, both our teams have clinched division titles. Both our teams are going to the playoffs. Patrick Mahomes is going to take 2 knees, and that's going to be ball game. Kansas City Chiefs win an ugly one. Harrison Butker is going to be AFC Special Teams Player of the Week without a question. 6 field goals and an extra point. Chiefs and Bengals showing some respect. A tough, hard-fought game. Give a lot of credit to Cincinnati Bengals. I predicted the season would be over once Joe Burrow went down. Jake Browning proved me wrong. They made things very interesting for a while, but with this loss and the Steelers win, the Bengals are eliminated from the playoffs. That kneel down does it. The game is over. The Chiefs win the AFC West. The Kansas City Chiefs win the AFC West. The Kansas City Chiefs are going to the playoffs. Happy New Year, everyone. Chiefs are in the playoffs, and we got a fun one coming up later tonight. We got Steeler. I'll get it right sooner or later. I'll just go through all 32 teams I get right. We got Packers. We got Vikings. we got playoffs on the line, because with the Seahawks loss, one of these teams is going to be tied. And I'll be honest with you, I don't know who holds the tiebreaker over Seattle, with Seattle and Green Bay, and Seattle and Washington. I'm sorry, Seattle and Washington. And I'll get these teams right sooner or later. With Green Bay and Minnesota, I'm looking at Seattle's schedule. They have not played them. As far as tiebreakers are concerned, I really don't know off the top of my head, but I'm going to have this all figured out for you. I'll have this all figured out for you Tuesday. You're right. The Rams do clinch a playoff spot. I didn't see that. So the Rams are in. The Eagles are in. Right now, Detroit, Dallas, San Francisco, they're in. So right now, the winner of Minnesota Green Bay has a chance. The loser is out. And believe it or not, Atlanta and Chicago, for some reason, still are mathematically alive, but I have no idea how. And I'm not going to lie to you. I think the Rams are the hottest team in the NFC right now. They started off 3-6. They're now 6-1, and one loss was an overtime loss in Baltimore. So that's the way I see it. Guys, I really, really can't thank you enough. This has just been absolutely awesome. This has just been really great. Thanks for dealing with me, messing around with Instagram, playing around, trying to figure that out. I can't thank you guys enough. But I got Instagram figured out. I know how to do it from now on. So if you want to tune in on Instagram, I'll have it live. The thing is, if you put a comment on Instagram, it won't flow over to StreamYard. So what I'll do is I'll try to, if you put some comments down on Instagram, I'll try to go back and forth, because I can't close the window. And that was the problem I had. So now that I know what to do, I can fix it. Oh my God, look at this. I got the great one, the B in the Back Talk Brothers, the talent. Gooch! Sorry, I'm late, boys. Pizza and New Year's Eve. So that's code for cocaine and hookers, but we all know what Gooch is doing on New Year's. He is partying like a rock star, and Gooch, by the way, deserves it. Gooch, thank you very much for coming in, popping in and saying things. So yeah, I can't thank you enough, Gooch. What a great year. The Chiefs win the AFC West. The Chiefs, by winning, it's not updating on ESPN, but basically, no, okay, it did now. So with a win, the Chiefs knock out both Denver and the Cincinnati Bengals. So the way the AFC works right now is that there's only 9 teams in the AFC that have a chance. Jacksonville and Houston have a chance to make the playoffs. The way it works is that Jacksonville has the better record. So Jacksonville holds the tiebreaker, even though the series was even though the series was split, they hold the tiebreaker. So if both teams win, Jacksonville will win the AFC South, even though they have the same record. Now, Houston beat Pittsburgh earlier this year. So if Houston wins, because they did beat Pittsburgh earlier this year. So if Houston wins, then Houston has an opportunity to go to the playoffs. However, the team that's winning in the AFC will be the Indianapolis Colts. And Indianapolis Colts will play the Houston Texans. All right, so let me see if I can confuse you anymore. Let me back this out. So for the AFC playoff picture, here's how it works. If the Indianapolis Colts win, they are in. All right? If the Houston Texans win, they are in. Why is Pittsburgh It's not eliminated, though. I'm a little confused on that one. Okay, so I'm a little confused here because it looks like Pittsburgh. I don't know how Pittsburgh can get into the playoffs, to be honest with you. Because the way it works is that both Indianapolis and Houston, the winner is going to be in, the loser is going to be out. So even if Pittsburgh wins, because they lost to both Indianapolis and Houston, I'm not sure how Pittsburgh can get in. Buffalo says break down the Bills' possibility. Buffalo is actually pretty easy. The Buffalo Bills win. They win the AFC East. And if they lose, then things get a little creative if they lose. Miami Dolphins, they will clinch the 2 seed with a win. Then things get really creative. I'll be honest with you. I need to figure out the playoff picture because the way I see it, Buffalo should be in no matter what. But, okay, here's the drill. If you have 9 wins or more, you're still alive. Pittsburgh, Houston, Indianapolis, and Jacksonville have 9 wins. Buffalo has 10. Houston and Indianapolis will play. The winner will get in. All right, the winner gets in. The loser still possibly could get in. I'm not sure how that works. Buffalo, if they win, they are in. They win the AFC East. If they lose, thanks to tiebreakers, they could still get in. The first tiebreaker is conference record. The Bills, Houston, and Pittsburgh all have 6-5 conference records. The Colts have 7-4. That's why they hold the tiebreaker. And Indianapolis did also beat Houston earlier in the year. So the answer, yeah. So I'm gonna ruin this for you. I'm gonna tell you everything that's gonna happen right now. I'm gonna break this all down right now. Here's what's gonna happen. The Bills are gonna go ahead and they're gonna beat the Miami Dolphins, and they're gonna finish the season 11-6. They're gonna end up with the 2 seed. The Kansas City Chiefs are going to finish with the 3 seed. The Jacksonville Jaguars, the final game of the season, are going to play the Tennessee Titans in Tennessee. All right? They're going to play the Tennessee Titans at Tennessee. Okay? Tennessee, by the way, lost 3 in a row. They lost 26-3. And, boy, that just looks like it was a terrible game here. I really, I don't know what happened here. But it looks like this. I'll be honest with you. I'm dying to pick an upset here. I don't see it happening. I really just don't see it happening. I'm dying to pick because I like Mike Vrabel. I don't see it winning. So here's what's going to happen. Jacksonville is going to make the playoffs. Okay. Jacksonville is going to be the 4 seed. Okay. Here's how this is going to work out. Let me double check something real fast. I know Cleveland played Miami. I think they played Miami earlier this year. I'm pretty sure they did. I'm almost positive they did. And they did not. Okay, so I'm making that up. All right, so I'm just making this up. Okay, so here's how this is going to work. So here's how this is going to work. All right, Perry, pay attention. Here's the playoff picture in the AFC. The Baltimore Ravens have the 1 seed. The Buffalo Bills will end up with the 2 seed. The Kansas City Chiefs will end up with the 3 seed. The Jacksonville Jaguars will end up with the 4 seed. Here's where things get confusing. The Cleveland Browns will end up as the 5 seed. The Miami Dolphins will end up as the 6 seed. And the Indianapolis Colts will be the 7 seed. So to answer your question, it would be Chiefs-Dolphins in the playoffs. All that matters to me is that the Lions are in, and I might get to see Hendon Hooker. The answer is no, and I'll tell you why. I'm going to tell you this right now. Dan Campbell is going to do everything he can to try to get that final playoff spot. Try to get the 2 seed. They're gonna treat this like they're gonna play the Vikings and they're going to play the Vikings as it's going to be a playoff game, because there is still a possibility that they can get the 2 seed. So Dan Campbell's going to play this like a regular season game. They're not going to rest starters. They're going to do everything they can to win. I would love to see Hendon Hooker personally, but I think that what you're going to see is the Detroit Lions play this like they can and go all out. Now, if Minnesota loses and they're eliminated from the playoffs, who knows what Minnesota's going to do? There is a possibility that if Detroit gets a big enough lead, you could see Hendon Hooker play some mop-up duty. But I fully expect Detroit to go at this game and try to treat this like it's a playoff game and try to get the 2 seed instead of the 3 seed. That is really important because the 3 seed's going to have to play the Rams, and I think the Rams are the NFC's hottest team right now. If I could play a combination of the winner of Green Bay, Minnesota, Seattle, maybe the Saints or the Bucks, I'd rather play those guys than the Rams. So, and so yeah, that's kind of what you're looking at. Man, I'm afraid to say Chiefs are going to the playoffs. And as of right now, the answer is, as the way I see it, it looks like it's going to be Chiefs Dolphins. And by the way, Pete from Pete's Takes, Miami Dolphins fan, he hit me up and he kind of predicted this a couple weeks ago. So I'm going to see if I can get Pete's Takes to come on the show and see if I can get them. Perry had a great comment. Kansas City will have to cut guys at the season end. I think Travis Kelce is starting to downside now. Maybe Kansas City needs to ask Travis Kelce for a pay cut or be cut. The answer is no, and the reason why is that Travis Kelce a couple of years ago signed a contract after George Kittle got his contract, but he got less than Kittle, and he's outperformed Kittle. And then Hawkinson got a $16 million. TJ Hawkinson is the NFL's highest paid tight end, and he makes over $16 million a year. Travis Kelce makes $14.5. Here's the deal: if you look at Travis Kelce's numbers as a wide receiver, he should be making $30 million a year, not $14.5. And what do the Chiefs use him as? They use him as a wide receiver. So the Chiefs will not ask Travis Kelce to take a pay cut, but they're going to have to make some hard decisions because they got some really good players that are coming up. Trey Smith has been a starting Pro Bowl caliber guard playing on a six round salary. He might even hold out this year. Creed Humphrey, one of the best centers in football, he's got a contract coming up. Nick Bolton, even though he missed a large part of this season, he's got a contract coming up. We got Chris Jones. Who knows what's going to happen with Chris Jones? L'Jarius Sneed, that's another bit. L'Jarius Sneed and Chris Jones could command big-time contracts, and the Chiefs really just don't have it because they got these 3 other guys they got to take care of. If they treat like a playoff game and Goff comes out, Teddy Two Gloves will go in. Teddy announced that this will be his last season. He's drafted by Minnesota. It'd be right to let him. I really think they put Hooker in instead. I really do. And I'll be honest with you, it wouldn't even surprise me if you see Hendon Hooker even in just on a trick play. I kind of, to be honest with you, I get where you're coming from, but I really think it would be Hooker instead. We'll see what happens during the week, but don't be surprised if you hear it announced that Hendon Hooker may come in for like a 4th and 1 play or a 2-point conversion. Jason says, how about them Chiefs? The Chiefs are AFC West winners. It should have happened on Christmas. It happens New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's, everybody. It's been a great 2023. I hope yours was much better than mine, even though I had a great 2023. I hope that everybody has a wonderful, terrific 2024. I can't wait to see everybody back on Tuesday. Have a really great night. If there are any final questions, comments, concerns, anything, anybody before I get off of here, anybody have something really fast? Again, thank you very much for being patient with me on the Instagram. I now figured it out. I'll have it ready to go. And Also, if I set up a new Facebook, I'll try to hit up as many people as I can. It doesn't look like Facebook's going to let me come back. I'm not sure why, but we'll figure it out. But everybody, Happy New Year. You have a great night. Hey, Funk, you be safe and have fun. And I hope to see everybody back in 2024.